Donald Trump to force Iran back to the negotiating table over its nuclear program.
ABC's James Longman at the Foreign Desk. There's a major climate change conference happening right now in Madrid. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres says government leaders aren't doing nearly enough to slow the effects of a warmer climate. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is heading up the U.S. delegation, despite President Trump pulling the U.S. from the Paris Climate Agreement. Andrea Fujii, ABC News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents... And Doug.
Yoto, my office, now! Emu, Doug, you're being transferred across town.
Oh, because they haven't heard that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
No, it's because Limu keeps eating the chips on Janine's desk. And her keyboard, and her expense reports, and her stress balls, and her...
Liberty. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
I always stay on top of things during the holidays, like ordering a costume for our kids' role in the school play as wrapping paper. I didn't know that was a role.
He's on it. I'm more into improv, so it helps that USPS posts ship-by dates and offers click and ship for last-minute holiday packages.
Whether you're a planner or not so much, the United States Postal Service goes the extra mile to bring your holidays home. Learn more at USPS.com/season. And with informed delivery notifications, get a digital preview of your mail before it arrives. United States Postal Service. Priority you.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
The city of Aurora has its new mayor. Mike Kaufman sworn in today as the mayor of Colorado's third largest city. And they're hoping for a calmer start to the week at Eldora after high winds forced a partial closure of the mountain over the weekend. Eldora opening the lower mountain Sunday after telling skiers and riders not to come because chairlifts wouldn't be running. All upper mountain lifts stayed closed Sunday, and Eldora also closed Saturday because of hurricane-force winds and whiteout conditions. Ski area says the storm downed some trees as well. And we are starting to see more avalanches in the high country with all the recent snow. The avalanche danger in the moderate to considerable range depending on where you are.
The northern mountains are at a moderate avalanche danger, so that's areas in Steamboat and the Flat Tops, around the Front Range, and then also in Vail and Summit County.
Mike Cooperstein with the Colorado Avalanche Information Center says the danger is considerable in the central mountains, especially near Aspen and Gunnison, and in all of the southern mountains. That's the latest. I'm Connor Shreve.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Credit Karma.
There's a few crashes being cleared across town. Wreck on the ramp from westbound I-70 to southbound I-25 in the cleanup stages as well. Off-highway, a couple of crashes. One on Broadway, just south of Littleton Boulevard. Rollover wreck being cleared at Alameda and Cherry Creek Drive south as well. Also, watch out for guardrail repair on the westbound side of I-270. That explains the delays either side of Vasquez. The rest of the drive in fairly normal shape. The weather forecast going to be mostly sunny today, warmer. Hopefully that snow will melt with a high of 54. Tonight, mostly clear overnight and a low around 29. Right now, a few clouds above in Denver and 35. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner on 630 KHOW.
Get your truly free credit scores and free credit monitoring from Credit Karma today. Download the Credit Karma app now. Credit Karma. Here's to progress.
Brent Ivinson, Ideal Home Loans. Talk about how you can help home buyers.
Our Ideal Home Purchase Plan that is an all-encompassing roadmap to buying your next home. It's our 3-week closing guarantee where we underwrite and approve your loan up front. Our home buyer scouting report where you search for your next home so that when we find the house that works for you, you can close and close quickly without overpaying.
IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Equal Opportunity Lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-IDEAL.
Hey, it's Chris Harris Jr. Are you using Fix-It 24/7? Because the best offense is a good defense when it comes to extending the life of your home furnace, plumbing, and electrical systems. Don't get screwed by predators who try to sell you things you don't need, cut corners, and rip you off. Protect your home with Fix-It 24/7. They have the best prices in Colorado. Tell them Chris sent you and get 20% off all service. Find them at fixmyhome.com.
Fix-It 24/7. We'll be there on the double.
It's Ross Kaminsky.
Mornings at 5.
Hey, it's Ross. Please join me weekday mornings from 5 to 10 as we'll impact your life with plenty of good conversation, some laughs, and of course talking about what's important to you. Please join me each Monday through Friday right here on 630 KHOW.
630 KHOW is your shot at $1 million now. Text the nationwide keyword winter to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's winter to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can.
All right, welcome to the show, the only show of its kind. We are here to solve your problem.
Answer your questions and take your complaints. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, we have a lot to talk about today. And this hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. He is the man of the hour. That's Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Okay, well, we all went through the Black Friday, right? We all went through a record-breaking Black Friday. We're all going through the small, they make up stuff, Small Business Saturday. Who the hell ever heard of it? Did you ever hear of it? Did you know that Small Business Saturdays?
I heard of it. Never participated, but yes, I have heard that.
And then today, Cyber Monday. Really,
I think they all run together.
Cyber Day. Every day is Cyber Day. I really am shocked that retail did so well. Because of the
Macy's
online.
died, they said. They had a picture of Macy's, and it looked like a ghost town, Tom. I know Walmart and other places did great.
In general, AM is going to die, just like the newspapers died. Not as complete. I think supermarkets have stay power. Even supermarkets, though, for non-perishables, well, they're all perishable, but you know what I mean, for the non-immediate perishables. I don't know. Life is changing dramatically, but I love it. You see, I do love it. I'm one who embraces all of this. It has made my life extraordinarily organized and easy. And for an anal retentive person like me who is obsessive and compulsive, technology makes everything perfect. If my computer is in place, everything else. But have you noticed that people who are hoarders become digital hoarders? Did you know that? Do you know what a digital hoarder is? Here, let me give you an example. You remember how Foxworthy said, you're a redneck if? You're a digital hoarder if you download a program, install it, and leave the remnants in the download folder still. In other words, the installation program and all that. How many people download stuff to their download folder, and then they make a copy of it, or they do it, and they leave the original download in the download? Downloads get giant. I know you don't think that's a big deal. Or when you uninstall a file, now this is for mostly the PC crowd, you don't really uninstall it. Not technically. You still have the dynamically linked libraries and all of this. Now, you may think this is all, Tom, come on, leave me alone. It's Cyber Monday. You're boring the hell out of me. No, what I'm saying is this. Your computer gets heavy with use because it accumulates junk. What about a desktop? Did you know that when you have stuff on your desktop, it's taking computer power? It is. Then how many things automatically turn on when you log into your computer? I know I'm sounding, okay, I'm going to stop because it's sounding like I need to take meds. What I'm saying is computers are only perfect if you use them perfectly. If you don't, you're going to become a hoarder just like you are in real life. Danny's got a problem he wants to talk about. So let's get to Danny. Danny, what is happening, Danny?
Yeah, quick recap. So my grandmother was part of a telemarketing scam.
Yep.
A well-spoken person for a change, instead of kind of being obvious and a foreigner, was contacting her multiple times and kind of using lingo that fit the whole Social Security kind of office and what kind of things that, terms they could use. That
yeah, so anyway, bottom line is she fell for something, 10 grand missing from her bank account. You know where it went, but nobody would investigate because it's such a small thing. Why wouldn't they investigate? Because nobody investigates this stuff, not unless it's on a massive, massive scale.
No,
anyway.
You were dead on. You were dead on. I mean,
it sucks.
The information you already provided helped.
What did we told you where to go to file complaints, but I said I doubted anyone would really help. So where do we stand today? Where do we stand today?
We're able to get the routing number. We're able to approve it to the.
Do you remember what I said? If you can get the routing number and you can get the account number, you can become a fraud just like the rest of them. What the hell? You can go into their account and steal if they have money in it. And I meant that, by the way. People said, are you kidding? And I said, no, I'm not kidding. I'll steal from them.
No, that's exactly right.
Did you do it?
You know, changing the banks was.
I said I would do it. I don't want to encourage thievery on your part. But did you try to tap their bank account?
They wouldn't give us the draft.
Who
or
would?
The account number.
Who wouldn't?
The bank.
You just said, hold on. You just said if they cash an instrument on, if they cashed a check, you can get the canceled check. And on the back of that canceled check, you will see the routing number and account number it went to.
Only the routing number, no account number, and the bank isn't giving us any more information.
Your own bank won't tell you which account it was deposited into. Why won't they? Why? What reason do they have?
Because it's part of fraud now, so they don't want to release any more details until they finish it.
Okay, you were just defrauded. Does your bank give a damn you were just defrauded?
Yep, that's what we told
You know
them.
what's amazing?
They shouldn't have said anything at all to the bank besides, I don't know what the hell this is. Then they would have got the money back. They admitted they did something is the problem.
Yeah, we're
that's
getting more
true.
support from the bank it went to than the bank it came from.
Okay, well, how
And
about
we're
the
getting
bank
more
it went to?
support from the
The
local.
bank it went to, where is it?
So it's Dolores State Bank in Cortez, Colorado.
Will they tell you which account it went to?
They will not, but what I told them is any information they need, and they need to look at this because they are being used to do fraud.
Well,
so there
listen,
might not be private information they want to give me, but I told them.
well,
call
will
me
they
and I'll give them
cooperate with?
anything they need.
Listen, let me just tell you this about Vector Bank, which, by the way, sucks. Vector Bank would not cooperate with police when someone cashed. How much was it? 50 grand on us?
It wasn't 50 grand. Was it 50 grand?
But it was
Tom?
multiple
Vectra,
checks.
by the way, not Vector.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It wasn't Vector?
It's Vectra.
Vectra. Okay, that's what I meant. Here's what happened. On a Friday afternoon, two people went into a Vectra branch, the same branch, on a Friday afternoon, a half hour apart with checks. The checks were so obviously fraudulent. They went in for 50 and another for 20 or something like that, okay? They went in a half hour apart. No one asked to see any ID or anything. They cashed it. Now, they put the money back in our account. But we wanted to know who did it because we had reason to believe it was an inside job, which turned into an inside job. In other words, somebody gave it to somebody who gave it to somebody. We thought maybe an intern or someone. But here's the point. We could not conduct an investigation because Vectra would not cooperate. Now, we're victims. They wouldn't cooperate, not even with the police. Vectra Bank does not have your interest at heart. Vectra Bank sucks. Vectra Bank did give our money back. But listen to this. They said pending investigation. What investigation? Vectra doesn't investigate. The police don't cooperate with the police who are investigating. So this is just what you call bull crap words. Bull crap words. Just words they give you, pending investigation. So I said, in other words, when will you conclude the money is really ours? They, to this day, have never closed the case. Never. Nah. Now, I know what you're going through. The banks suck. Okay, that's the bottom line. Banks suck. And especially with fraud. They do not punish fraud. Vectra Bank does not cooperate. The police, didn't they find the ultimate thieves, I thought, Mark, didn't they?
I don't think so.
I think they did, without the help of Vectra. But Vectra Bank is just one of the many banks. What bank are you dealing with that won't let you have the account number, the bank your grandma banked at, and I hope you close the accounts and move banks, right?
U.S. Bank.
That was U.S. Bank. Okay. Did you move out of U.S. Bank?
I'm doing that right now.
What do you mean right now? You had days. Are you kidding me? Danny, I told you. Once they have her account number, it's not going to stop.
I know. It didn't stop. They contacted her Friday as well.
No, but what I'm saying to you is, did you even if you close the account, do not reopen an account at the same institution because banks will disregard the fact that you closed an account and they will go into the new account for an instrument cashed on the old account. Danny, when I say this, why would you even wait a day? Does she have any money in the bank?
I'm not.
What do you mean you're not? You already
did.
Wait, you already waited. Danny.
I don't have the power of attorney to get it done myself. So I have to go through my mother, who kind of has to follow more traditional timelines and being overwhelmed.
Okay.
So I'm trying to
I get
balance
it. I
that
get
out
it.
too. 'Cause
But
she's
Danny,
doing that.
your grandma right now is in danger of losing every penny without her cooperation.
Yeah.
Without her cooperation.
Yeah, I'd be going down there myself and talking to all these people in person if I could, if it wasn't 1,000 miles away. But here's, the kicker, them contacting her, trying to ask her for more money and act like that same person, just like you said. They're going to try to come after more, and they haven't gotten anywhere with it.
Yeah, but hold on, Danny. They tried to do it with her cooperation. They can do it without her cooperation. I predict if that money is not moved within 2 or 3 days, every penny will be gone. You're going to call me back and say you were right. You have to do you want us to call your mother? And listen, you can't just open an account in the same bank. I am not fooling. Once they have the account number and the routing number, that's all they need to take money from your account. Is everyone listening? Do you know how people guard their Social Security numbers? They guard certain things, but they don't guard their banking information. They give a check to someone, that is public information. But this is something everyone should know. And damn it, why don't people realize this? Right now, if you want to do an experiment, if you give me your account number and routing number, I can take any amount of money you have in the bank without any question whatsoever. This is what the new world has brought us. I don't need a signature. I don't need authorization. I don't need a PIN number. All I need is your account number and your routing number. The money is mine. Now, you then fight with your bank on whether you should get that money back or not. But I will never be punished for it, ever. Right now, all you crooks and thieves, take a check, and if you have an account number and a routing number, and of course I don't really mean this, but I'm trying to point out the folly of it all. This man, Danny, I know he says he's trying to work with his mom, but it's not true. Because right now, if his mother's home was opened, the door, with a sign, "Take my money," they would go over there and stop it. But right now, that's what's happening. This is what's happening in our digital world. Money is there for the taking. I don't know why someone robs a bank when they need a few grand. All they have to do is get an account number, and the money's theirs. Now I lost my regular headset.
How could you have lost
I don't know. It's fucking. I usually put it somewhere. I am so fucking flustered.
What are your regular ones? What brand are they?
You know my.
Oh, the little ones.
Nobody stole that. I just misplaced it. I'm so tired.
They're the tiny little ones.
Hey, Mark, did Tom pay you off like I did?
No.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino for Joseph Lazara. This is the season that makes Joe rich, and it's too bad. That's right. So many people are having office parties, after-work get-togethers, parties anytime. What you do is you have a couple of drinks before you drive. You may not be a hardened criminal. You may not be a drunk or an alcoholic, but you drive after a few drinks. It will change your life. A DUI will make your life go upside down. Then you'll say, "Oh my God, I need help, I need help." Yeah, you do. Even if you are guilty and you had a few drinks and you want to just plead guilty, you can't do it alone, because you have two things going on: a criminal case, and then you have a civil case. That's right. The criminal case is for the DUI. The civil case is with DMV, the Department of Motor Vehicles. Do you know you can be guilty in one and innocent in the other, or vice versa? You can actually be let go on the criminal charge and still lose your license. That's right. Or prosecuted on the criminal side and nothing happens. It's amazing. You need Joe Lazara. First of all, don't drink and drive. If you do need an attorney for anything, when life doesn't go perfectly, 303-429-6200, 303-429-6200, Joe Lazara.
Dad says your headphone set isn't down there.
My little earpiece.
And so it's
So you
over
know what?
here. Do you want
I'm
me to
fucking
look
crazy.
through your backpack for
I
you
am
and
fucking
see if maybe you're just
it's
missing it?
not. And you know what? I am so tired. I'm having my fucking moments lately. I've been having more
Mark
and more.
too. I mean, it's been
I've been having
concerning
more
at
and more
minimum.
It's almost like I'm fucking kidding.
Oh, there they are.
Now listen, I wish I did this with my Bose, but I can hear Mark. Thank you. These are wonderful headsets, by the way. Where did you get these? These are wonderful. They're pretty good.
Well,
no,
I
they're
bought
good.
one, then you bought one, then I took
Let me
yours,
tell you
and
something.
we kept
These
them.
are really good. Did you break your ankle or just
All right, Mark will take those,
Yeah.
Tommy.
So I'm going to go tomorrow and get it set.
Listen, you're gonna get a set. It's not.
Well,
set.
whatever they have to do, I'll just.
I don't know what they do for free.
They'll just put. I'll walk you. Hopefully, a permanent cast on.
You're a fucking doctor. You can do it yourself.
Yeah, right.
Yes, Tom needs to be mentioning it too.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Put it up on the call screen forever.
And it's on. It was in front of you too.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you. You know what? I was flustered. I was a flustered idiot.
Did you have a tough weekend, Tom? You all,
No, I had a wonderful.
you all bent out of shape. Did you have a good Thanksgiving with family?
Yeah, I went out to California. That's why I just had so much travel and everything. But you know what? I had a wonderful time.
Good.
Wonderful time. Thank God for that. Good travels. I even saved a seat on Southwest just to fuck everybody. I finally did it. I got an A priority. And I got an A priority, I paid for it, and then I saved for Stephanie because everyone else does it. I got people that go in there and they save 3 rows.
Well, just
and
one
you know what?
person's no big deal.
The assholes,
Right. It's
nobody cares if you save. You can save.
Especially, if you're sitting in the window
I
or
say
the
it's wrong,
aisle, if you save the middle seat, nobody complains. Because I assume that's where she wanted to sit, right? Next.
She sits on the aisle.
Oh, okay. And where'd you sit? In the
I
window?
sit in the middle because she likes the aisle. Otherwise, we get 2 aisle seats.
Okay.
But it's too hard to save the seat across. If
Right,
I say,
right.
Let's save. They say, fuck you.
And you get a fight going.
I started out just today losing my Bose and then thought, well, I thought I lost these. I was fit to be tied. But at least I don't have pain, right?
There you go. That's a big deal.
Wasn't my bed.
Hey, well, okay, now when you went to California, you slept in a different bed.
Yeah.
How did that go?
It hurt me, but not,
Really? So you could tell the difference.
But,
though.
for sure. But it hurt. I was in a hotel. It hurt me, but it takes a while to get the real
Gotcha.
damage. You wake up with an ache or two.
Who really know what they're doing that harvest stem cells on site. So if you're ever at a clinic where they say they're shipping them in, it's phony. You cannot get living stem cells from amniotic fluid that's shipped in or umbilical cord blood. If you're looking for true living stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz. We're lucky to have them right in our
So
backyard.
why didn't they set it over the weekend?
Okay, I just went to an urgent care center.
Oh, okay.
And they just give you, they took x-rays, put food on, and they wanted me to go see a doctor today, but I'll go tomorrow.
So what did that urgent care center cost? Was that all Medicare?
What?
Does Medicare cover all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Plus I have that supplemental.
Okay.
So I haven't had to pay a bill.
So I got to get my spots going.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Sherry.
No,
Could you tell I was agitated?
Yep.
Oh, you could? Okay. Good. Sorry.
You need to take your medication today, Tom. He needs to smoke a joint to calm down. Plenty of CBD stuff. I do too.
I wish that I liked it because it's so plentiful. It would be so easy to chill
It is
out.
plentiful.
No, I know it. When I say that, I mean it. I wish I liked it.
Okay,
I'm Tom. Martino. Your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm agitated. All right, and you know what agitates me? I don't know what agitates you. What agitates? You know what agitates me more than anything? The feeling that when you can't find something. That is my irritating feeling. Now, to compound that problem is when you think it was stolen. Now, I love nothing more than finding something after I thought it was stolen. And then I say to myself, thank God my faith is restored in mankind. But I have a feeling that my Bose earbuds were stolen. Yep. Sorry. I just do.
I found these great new Bose headphones. They were just lying around the office.
You know, these Bose are noise canceling. You put them around your neck. You know, it has that hard, what do you call it? The neck thing. It's not where the wire goes around it. The wire does, but it's like a spring steel thing, you know, covered with plastic. What do they call those collars?
I love
it's
noise
a collar.
canceling, though. I love them. I couldn't deal with that.
Noise canceling technology is remarkable the way they do it. What they do is they sample sound and then generate a counter signal to the digital fingerprint, which cancels it. It's amazing. So Danny's grandma, what do we do? What is the follow-up? We don't have a follow-up. I don't know. Let's just move on after I asked Danny, why'd you call today, Danny, other than I'm so pissed that this happened to your fine grandma. I'm really pissed, and I'm pissed that no authorities will get involved, even when you have the bank account number. Did the FBI say they would get involved or not?
No.
They just won't.
Detective is what I want to know how to get to do something.
Here's how they would get involved, though, if some rich suburban housewife was paying to get her kid in school. The FBI will get involved, but not for real crime. I mean, not that that's good. You know, listen.
Did you even contact the FBI?
Did you contact him, or are you just BSing me again, like you didn't do the deposit transfer? Did you contact the FBI? Because you didn't close your grandma's account and open a new. You didn't get to another bank and open a new account, and your mom didn't do that. So here's what I want to know. That's a good question asked by our deputy Doc. Did you literally call the FBI and file a case?
No, my mother contacted him.
Did your mom actually open a case and say, we have the number? I want to talk to his mom. I want to talk to his mom.
I wonder if CBI handles any of this.
I'm sure they do. But why is crime unpunished? I remember Foot Locker had, maybe. It was something with feet in it. Is there fleet feet, athletic foot, athletics foot? I don't know. But anyway, I remember there was on camera, a clerk taking a credit card, not returning it. Then there were transactions made on that card. It was on security footage. The store took no action. And I don't remember what's the name of the store. It's one of those with foot in it or feet. The store didn't take any action. Authorities didn't take any action. You know why? Because there's no theft. You want to know why? Because it was restored by the credit card company. Everyone decided not to prosecute. It's totally unpunished. So the woman takes the card, makes other charges. Those charges are given back to the consumer, so the consumer's not a victim, they said. The credit card company was the only victim after all, not even the store. So the police couldn't investigate, and then we call the credit card company. They say no. We don't get involved in that. And I said, well, then who does? And they said, well, we have, basically they didn't want to tell me this, but we have certain parameters. In other words, they just accept fraud, and that's why we all pay for it.
I can somewhat understand that, though.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I am so pissed.
If it's over $15, what are you going to do?
I am pissed. Well, it was way more than that, but I'm just pissed that crime goes unpunished. Digital crime goes unpunished. Mario, what's going on? And everyone out there, hey, listen, it's not my fault. If you go out and live a life of crime, I don't want people calling me and say, well, you're giving people ideas. Okay, Mario, what do you think? What's happening with you?
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to share a brief experience that I had with online credit card
What happened?
fraud. So I noticed a charge on my Home Depot credit card.
Yes.
$350, something like that. It wasn't a huge amount of money, but it wasn't just like $10 or $15. So it was an unauthorized purchase. The only time I ever shop at Home Depot is I physically walk in the store.
Yeah.
So I obviously call up customer service.
Right, and you say this is fraud, and what do they say?
Exactly. So the first person I spoke to, we'll credit your account, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. So now you're no longer a victim, but you're pissed off because you want crime punished. What happened?
Exactly. So I eventually speak with someone in the corporate headquarters.
Yeah.
And I was being polite and businesslike, et cetera. Try not to get too mad about it. So the person I spoke to, I explained to him I said, if someone used my credit card to buy something from your store, you mailed it to a specific address, and I wanted to get the information of what that person's name
Right.
or
Okay, so
address was.
what happened?
Well, you can pretty much answer the question for yourself.
Nothing.
They wouldn't share. They wouldn't share the information
Right.
with me. I wanted to file a police report online.
Right. Can't do it.
Can't do it, exactly.
Listen, it's so effed up. It is so crazy. Okay.
They just see this cost of doing business. That's all.
Well, I know, but it isn't. It isn't. It's crime, and unless it's punished, it's going to keep going. So listen to what happens. Okay? So Steph and I are in California. We went out to visit. We went out to visit family. And so we go to this expensive, we're just browsing, in Malibu. This shop. I say expensive, they're all expensive, right? So we're just browsing. I'm sitting outside on the bench holding the dog, just sitting outside. And I see a guy walking out. Think of how you carry a stack of magazines, right? One hand on the bottom flat, one hand on the top flat, like a sandwich, right? Okay. He walks out with a stack of shirts like that, folded up. Now, he was so nonchalant about it, big, tall guy with a red ski hat, tattoos, and a white tee. He's so nonchalant, I think, he must work there. And he really, literally, a stack, the stack was about a foot of shirts. He walks out, walks up the street, and I say, they must have another store. And he's like stocking that store. That's how nonchalant it was. Then he keeps going and going, and I thought, hey, Steph, I think I saw somebody just walk out with a stack of shirts. She says, sir, she says to the manager, I think you just got shoplifted. And she says, he just saw it. And I said, yeah. And I said, did you sell a bunch of shirts? No, we haven't sold anything all morning. We're new in business here. I said, well, that guy up there with the red ski hat, you see him? He has a stack of shirts. They go tailing after him, running like hell after him. So they didn't get him. He got away. But man alive, that's how bold people are. I just don't like fraud. I hate it. Did I take Mario already on this? I'm sorry.
Yes, Tom. I wasn't sure if you were done.
Yeah. I mean, nothing happened, he said, just like we thought. Danny? No, Danny, you're the one. So, Danny, here, get your mom. We're done with Danny. I want to talk to his mom directly. I don't have faith anything's going to happen without talking to his mom directly. Okay, while we're on the topic of help, Integra Insurance. Okay, I can't stress this enough. We have until January 15th to get insurance. For some people, it's December 15th if you want a start date of January 1st. Okay, we all want and need some kind of health insurance, right? It is mandatory, although they took away the fines. Here's the point. Don't do it alone. Integra will never charge for their services. It's built into the fees you pay, and you don't save by going directly to insurance. So they're having a help center until 4 o'clock today. You call our help center, and they will help you with your insurance choices and tell you what you should do. If you have any kind of health insurance, including Medicaid, and you want to check if you're still eligible, or Medicare, they can help you decide between Medicare Advantage or Medicare A and B, which is normal, along with a supplement. Also, they can help with drug plans. They do all of the insurances for us. They help us tremendously. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357 until 4.
There's a little more urgency when it comes to Medicare disenrollment in Medicare Advantage.
Why, Mark?
Ends December 7th. That's right now, basically.
Oh, not the 15th. It's
no,
the 7th. I'm sorry. I said the 15th. That's because those changes have to take place on the 1st. So remember, 771-HELP.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW. Denver.
Dan.
Now, impact traffic.
That thing about it, they sent just a blank check. If you remember that one, a blank check. A check.
Yeah.
Just send it to Social Security. That they perceive Social Security.
Hey, Mark, that's good. I wonder if the CBI has ever followed up on something like that rather than the FBI.
I don't know.
It's all in Colorado.
All in Colorado, but it's still wire fraud. So I don't know how that works if it's not over a state line.
Right. But the CBI should.
Yeah, but FBI still is over all banking wires.
Well, where did she send
If
it
I
to?
wire him money, even in the same branch, I think they're.
Where did she send the check to? We never asked them that.
That's where they fucked up. They should have called up and said we have no idea about any of this.
Well, but they actually sent it. What address did they send it to? Probably a PO box.
Was it in Cortez? Is that what he said?
I don't know, but
I thought
we
he
should
said it
put
was
that
in
address
Cortez.
out.
Did Integra end up sending checks yet?
Sheridan Auto Tech, Kevin Calkin, a winning combination. Uncle Kevin is a great guy. He has thousands of satisfied customers in business more than 20 years, and these satisfied customers come to him for his honesty, integrity, knowledge, and experience. He has what he calls his recommended repairs, and then his mandatory repairs, and you can trust him. Leave your car with him and never have a worry with your uncle. Uncle Kevin, 303-455-7242, SheridanAutoTech.com.
Oh, you know, I'm at a bank with Danny too. He said he was 1,000 miles away. Is he in Denver and there's someone
I don't
else?
know. We didn't get the geography on it.
Yeah. So CBI might not be the one to...
Your chair shrinking there, Danny? You look a little low.
All these are shrinking. I just seen they took your chairs out. Your chairs, Tom. They took out. The moving company is going to keep them. But you're right. They should have replaced them with.
Oh, they did? Is that crazy? Brand new chairs.
Whose chairs?
The ones we had downstairs we could have replaced up here. Nobody did it. It's just fucking wasting money. They took them away and threw them out.
No, a guy he was bringing them in there. He says, "Yeah, we're going to keep these."
Oh, good. What are they going to do with them?
I don't know. They probably do that as a side business, or whatever. They keep anything that's halfway good.
At least
they probably sell them to one of those places or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in great shape, but they were definitely dated.
Right.
They were old.
Right. So
but they were like new.
So I looked up as far as for selling the cubicles. And the people that would want it, they want like 25 different cubicles before they'll even buy them.
No one wants that shit. Daphne called around everywhere.
I'm so tired of that shit.
People don't care about that shit anymore.
I'm throwing stuff away.
Do I care?
Yeah, Mister. He's got
Danny's
more RCA cables than anyone I ever
That's
seen.
what you said. I thought you were going to say that. If you keep old RCA cables, you are
because you know they're going to go from HDMI back to RCA.
You are a digital hoarder.
For the wire fraud. I got his mom on the phone for you. Okay.
Mom.
I'll put
What's her name?
check on that.
Get that up. Get our expert on. Let's do that update too.
Okay.
No,
Rock.
Rock's available at 11. Dan says he didn't know when the lady was.
We could try calling her. Like I said, I don't know if we'll wake her up again. I got her number.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's that?
Cindy. Should I just write it down for you?
Yeah.
Who's that, Dan?
The one that...
Is she going to be sleeping? I'm not calling Rock till 11.
She's very nice. She just worked all night.
You know what? Come on, Dan.
Wah.
I know, he's a fucking baby.
Wow, I slept all night. You don't hear me bitching.
Wow, look at me sleeping. Yeah.
She should be ready to go.
That's what he said. Oh.
I knew that.
You knew what?
When Rock went, it was going to go out there, he wasn't going to find anything. She says, this one here is a great. Rock's, he's really good. If you ever have to do mitigation on your house.
Oh, this is a different story.
Yeah, different story. American Restoration.
Yeah.
It's our best story Friday, basically.
But
what was it about, guys?
She had a humidifier, a portable humidifier.
You left. Remember, you left early.
Yeah.
Oh.
Came in right after you left.
It was really good?
It was, well, with the update, it's really good. We're going to do the update. She calls in humidifier leaking, right?
Right. It was like 2 gallons.
She calls this company up. They come out, and they basically say, hey, you need at least, what, 1,500?
1,500. But the reason she called them up, she smelled mold. She smelled, or dampness. She smelled dampness.
And guess where it leaked? You ready for this? The cement. So the same company that did the mold testing tells her that she needs to spend a minimum of $1,500.
Did you go after him?
Oh, I started screaming about him, so we got Rock on. Rock literally went out within an hour and a half, Nothing there.
So they said
nothing.
they tested
They
for
totally
mold.
tried to okey doke. I don't remember.
She'll have to get it from her.
We told Rock to get us the invoice.
Yeah.
No,
right.
we
Oh,
need
no, we're trying to get her on.
We need the update from Rock because the listeners don't
I
know.
just want to say something. When we go off sound later or whenever you can, when we have more time, there's something I want to tell you that
There is no reason that a company that does the mitigation
So they said they found
should be doing the same test.
They
I
found,
don't fucking believe it.
They found 2 types of mold: black mold and toxic mold. They actually called her
toxic mold.
No, but that's what they told her. So she was very concerned. And
I'd
like
be
you say,
concerned too.
it was on cement and a little bit of drywall and stuff. But
basically, they wanted $1,500 to put a fan there.
That's probably what
and
it
then
was.
they come back and retest and tell her, hey.
Mark said he'd do one for $1,100. He'd put a fan in.
$1,295. And I'll throw in a little fan. I'll throw in one of those masks where you walk into the hospital. The freebies.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Genesis Total Exteriors. What did he send us an email, Mark? He wants to make absolutely
roofing.
Well, not just roofing, but wind damage. He says, look, there's been a lot of wind and a lot of damage, and people don't even know sometimes that they had the damage. If you even have one shingle missing or loose, sand gets up underneath it, and it can really deteriorate the roof. So he wants to let people know that you need to be on top of it. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. And it's important because of the wind, not just hail. So even if you didn't think you had it, he'll come out. They'll do free inspections as well. If you suspect you have any damage, 303-679-8509.
And he's got an office in Colorado Springs now.
679-8509. Okay, so what were you saying? Oh, we have the mom on. Okay, I said to Danny, I want to talk to your mom since she's the one that basically is doing these decisions and has direct contact with your grandma. So that's why we have her on. Let me just sum it up very quickly, okay? Very quickly. Pat's mom was ripped off for 10 grand by someone. She sent a blank check to or something. Bottom line is they now have her account number and the routing number. And something I wanted to get through to Pat for her mom. When you have someone out there with your account number and routing number, they do not need your permission, your signature. They do not need your approval to take money. The fact that they called her Friday, I don't know why they would call and ask for more money because they can do it on their own. Maybe they're stupid, but they're going to find out if they probe enough that they can take more money. So, Pat, I wanted to let you know your mom's money is still in danger. Did you know that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Did you close that account?
I've been dealing with the bank. It's been frozen, and all the other banks know different branches.
Why wouldn't you close the account? That's one thing that befuddles me. Why wouldn't you just close it?
When there's automatic withdrawal on Social Security's checks,
automatic deposit, you mean, right?
Automatic deposits of Social Security.
Yeah.
And then also automatic withdrawals, say that are set up for a mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
A Medicare supplement.
It's a hassle. You're right, Pat. It's a hassle, but it really should be done. And here's the thing you don't want to hear. If it's not done, even though you think the freeze will protect it, it won't. And I'm going to tell you something else. And Pat, even if you don't believe me, I'm going to clear my conscience by saying I told you. And then later on when it happens, at least I knew I warned you. Even if you close that account and open a new one at the same bank, U.S. Bank, automatically, if something is presented to the old account.
Right, and I already know that nothing is dealt with at that same bank. I've already conquered that.
Oh, you are so smart. Thank you so much. I wanted to make sure of that. So that's frozen, and when you do have a new account, it's going to be at another bank. That's great.
Absolutely.
And you know, this is sad. Is your mom senile or is she pretty with it?
She's pretty with it.
What do you think happened, Pat?
It's how they presented themselves as Social Security Administration.
Oh, my God. And so many people are being hit by this.
Yes, and that's what they do to the elders.
Yes. Now.
And Just to add a few things to when you're hit with a situation like this.
Yeah.
Even though you may call the police immediately or whatever, and then it's turned over to a detective.
They don't do anything.
Well, hallelujah, that's what I was just going to say, because I've been dealing with this since November 19th. And because part of this situation is out of jurisdiction because of where the check was mailed from here to another city.
Everyone has an out. Local police say it's not us. State police say it's not us. They all say the FBI. The FBI says, well, you know, it's not going to be us because we don't have a lot of fraud. They don't investigate single cases like this. That's what's unfortunate. Pat,
no, they don't. And I've also been told that once you report a fraud, you might be number 1 that day. But then if somebody else calls in, you're number 2. Then you end up being number 6 or number 12.
And here's the other thing. Unless they have massive numbers of people ripped off by the same source, they don't investigate. I'm telling you, Pat, this is we masquerade or they masquerade like they're doing a job. And Pat, you know as well as I do, you're feeling it. That did you ever realize how easy it is to commit crime and get away with it? They even know the bank account. They won't go after the person. The FBI knows, right? They know the bank account. Did you tell the FBI you had the bank account it was deposited to? Did you tell them?
I haven't talked to the FBI.
Oh, wait a minute. Your son said, see, I said report it to the FBI. Why didn't you report it to him?
You know, Tom, I have been working nonstop from the day I get up until I go to bed or till I collapse. Okay, this is not just one subject of elder abuse. It's 2.
What's the other?
I'm the other.
Oh, Pat.
Okay.
But Pat, the FBI. Now wait. To the FBI's defense, your son said they didn't do anything. Well, nobody called them. You got to call them and give them. If you tell the FBI and you say, listen, the Denver field office,
that's the Colorado Bureau,
okay, right. Well, no, not CBI. You can call them too, but I would call both. And it's very simple. My mom was ripped off by a company. And they have they cashed a $10,000 fraudulent check for nothing. They identified themselves as being with the IRS. Just tell them this. Before you say you can't do anything about it, we know the exact bank and account it was deposited to. And you give them the routing number. If they go to that bank, they can make the bank tell them what account it was deposited to.
Without a subpoena?
Yes. Well, no. Here's what they do. No, they simply ask the bank. The bank will tell them it's not confidential. Because it's on every check you write. It's not that coveted. Now, if they really wanted to play hardball and the FBI had to get a subpoena, they don't even. It's not really a subpoena. It's a search warrant. They can find out the account number very easily. But they will investigate, I think, if nothing more than to see if other people were ripped off. When I said the FBI does nothing, what I mean is in individual cases of fraud, they will seldom go after it. But maybe this person has done it to many others. But if nothing else, if you get to the right person and say, please help us, this is in Colorado at a local bank. You can go there and get the person who benefited from this. What excuse would anyone have for having money wired to their account? So I would definitely, Pat, Suzanne, can you really get to Pat and give her the number or something? We need to help these people file a complaint. Can you believe this? The son was saying, oh, Mom took care of that. Mom's saying I'm working day and night. God. Maybe I should get to Grandma's name. I mean, this sounds like a windfall.
Now, Impact.
No.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm.
We never
What?
No one even called the FBI. She didn't. The son said she did.
Did we ever get the address where they mailed it to?
Yeah, we never found out if everything was in Colorado.
Yes, it was. The bank was in Colorado.
Okay.
Deposit. What do you mean mailed to?
They mailed her a blank check to this place.
Find out, does she have an address the check was mailed to? Didn't she mail a check?
Blank check.
Wait, she mailed a blank check?
I thought, we were told by the son Danny that she sent a blank check to someone. I had forgotten all about that until he brought it up. I remember her, Danny, saying something about that.
And not that.
I'm doing this.
How blank was it?
If you could, just see if they have an address too. I know we have a bank, but where'd they send the check? Fix It 24/7. That name should be first on your mind, or at least right at the top of your mind when it comes to home stuff. Because if you have a problem right now, and you need someone right now, and you want a predictable cost right now, $39, and you get a licensed, insured, background checked person to your home to find the problem, whether it be plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drains, and that is it. $39, and when they come, they will give you a complete report, and if you decide to have the work done, you do not pay that $39. It's credited toward the work, so you get a free diagnostic. Now, if you decide not to have the work done, all you pay is a modest $39. That's just to keep everybody honest, right? There's nothing wrong with that, but you know what? You'll never get better work at the same quality, same value, and they guarantee 100% satisfaction. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939.
Rates continue to drop. Have you taken advantage, or are you still waiting? Take AIM, Affordable Interest Mortgage, where all of our loans come with lower fees and low rates. You deserve it. Call 720-895-0500, where we have been serving Colorado since 2001. We are locally owned and operated. We know Colorado.
So did you get the best seat on the Southwest flight? That aisle, that exit row with nobody in front of you?
I didn't want that, but
Oh,
all
that's
I want,
I always pay to get that
all
seat.
I want, I don't even know, do you pay for the exit row?
No, if you pay, you know,
The
get
priority
the
boarding.
priority boarding. If you can get, there's one exit row where there's
I know.
there's
There's two. The one up front has a lot of room, too.
yeah, but the one where there's no, actually literally no seat in front of you
Yeah, that's
is the best seat in the
first one,
plane.
too. You have a lot of room.
Well, that's a bulkhead. It's not really as much room as the exit row where there's
For me, it would
literally
be.
no seat.
I
in
mean,
front.
for
For
me, it would
me, that exit row is because there's no seat in front of you.
Right.
It's like a first class seat.
Yeah.
So it's worth the extra money to me.
Yeah, and you know what? That was open each time. I just never took it. I should have maybe. I just never thought of it. And here's the point. I just want to be. You know what? Actually, I don't give a shit where I sit.
Really?
The only reason I did priority
On like trips over to Hawaii, though, you'll pay a little extra, won't you?
The only thing I care about is having. I don't like when you run out of overhead. That's my only. The
Right.
only reason I get priority is so I can get my overhead, and then I take both of our
Yeah, right.
overheads, and then Steph will bring the little underneath one.
Right.
Did you actually call Sleep Number?
Do I have to call him? I didn't know I had to call him.
Yeah, to get your $200.
Oh.
I even texted you the number. It's probably over.
No,
You
no,
might
wait.
be able to call today, maybe.
Okay, I thought that.
Maybe. Tell Steph to call right now and get her $200 back. If you don't call today, I know you don't get it, but you might have already missed it.
Okay, we'll see. Let me just get your thing here. Where you texting me. Right here.
Yeah, they didn't even bark at all. They gave me mine back instantly. Let me
Is
see
this
if
for delivery?
Yeah, they charge you for delivery $200. They were doing free delivery on Friday. So if you called up, they price match for up to 1 month, and you bought yours less than a month ago. Just like me.
Thank you.
Yup, free premium delivery. Ends today. If she doesn't call today, you will not get it. You call up the 800 number, not the guy at the store, just the 800 number, and say, hey, you guys got a price match, and then they'll say, okay, we'll give you your $200 credit on your credit card you used.
Where's that?
Did you watch Patriots last night, Danny?
No.
I didn't either. How'd they do? I didn't see it.
Brady looked terrible.
What was the score?
There's a bunch of upsets.
Yeah, like 28-22.
I bet one game and hit it. I bet the there
was upsets everywhere.
What was the first game?
Miami won the first game. Cincinnati.
No, Broncos. I won on the Broncos.
Oh, they won in overtime.
It didn't matter to me if they won or not.
Broncos didn't win in overtime.
Yeah, they did.
No,
they didn't. They kicked
a field goal with like 3 seconds left.
Oh, last I seen they had 8
the other
seconds
team.
left.
The other guy did a pass interference call.
Right.
Like a moron.
Yeah.
I mean, like a moron.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. I didn't
Yeah.
know.
So
wait, did they lose?
No, they won.
Oh, they did.
So what happened? What was the pass interference thing?
There was a pass interference like 3 seconds left, and McManus kicked like a 50-yard field goal.
I know he kicked it wrong. I thought it was overtime because I thought it was like 13 seconds left.
There was. They
20-20.
kicked off. There was like 19 seconds left. They got the ball. They completed a pass, called a timeout. Then they had like a 35-yard pass interference call and set him up for a 53-yard field goal.
No, McManus has got a good leg on him.
Yeah.
And this was this down in San Diego?
No, here.
Oh, it was here. That's why he kicked it.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe it. If you saw the end of this game, that guy shouldn't even be playing football. He's that stupid.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troublemaker.
No trouble.
Actually,
we say Troubleshooter Tom Martino. I've been using this for years and years, and here's the bottom line. You better truly help others by telling them about us, because do you hear how many problems we have on a daily basis and some of the repeats? But it's just extraordinary how many people we help. Millions of dollars. Now, don't forget our help center going on through 4 o'clock today. Any health insurance question you have, and if you need direct help deciding with Social Security, the Medicare part, whether you want A and B, with a supplement, which is good for some, and a drug plan, or maybe the Advantage. And do you know with Medicare Advantage, there's something called Silver Sneakers, which pays for your health club memberships almost everywhere? Oh, they have so many programs. Call Integra Insurance. There is no charge for what they do to you. You know, it's built into the price and insurance, and you don't save by going direct to insurance companies. In fact, you'll pay more. Usually you pay more because you don't know what you're doing. Jack's got a probate question. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. And we're going to get a hold of our attorney for that, which is our estate attorney. And then War's got a question about a roofing contractor I'll take right now. War, what's happening? That's a weird name. War, is that your name?
It is. Good morning to you.
How do you spell that name, War?
It's W-O-O-R. It's an acronym. My dad took family names, wrote down one below the other, and picked the first letter off of them.
We want to get started on now. We want to get started on your problem, and I understand it has to do with roofing.
Yes.
What's the name of the company? What's the name of the company?
It's I sent you the contract. Just a minute. I got to pull it up here.
All right, you hold on, and you will tell your whole story right after this. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure
this
if
is
they do
Tom
a
Martino. I just wanted to let you know we're going to take it right after the break, but I wanted to start and get it started. What was
Being in a better position than you were before means you have a shorter term or a lower rate or both, or that you maybe consolidated some debt and then they can pay off that portion.
Really?
Really? They also have credit optimization.
That quickly, I went to him, just talked to him right off the
I bet you
and he waited a whole hour.
Is a mistake.
He was on the screen when we walked in this morning.
Roofing company actually took his shingles off. He paid him like $7,500 or $7,000, and it's been sitting there with no shingles on it.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I told him he better get the fuck in.
Cash offer. Yes, you're already approved. Not pre-qualified, approved. All you need is the appraisal. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com. Closing in 3 weeks or less. IdealHomeLoans.com.
Oh, I printed it out.
This is Denver's Talk Station.
I'll send you.
Ross Kaminsky in the morning.
I'll send it both
Dan
to you guys.
Kaplis in the afternoon. 6:30 KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Clayton Sandell.
Okay,
It's
Mark, you're
wheels up
getting
to
out.
London for President Trump, where he's set to take part in the NATO summit. But But back in Washington, the week's major story is the impeachment inquiry, which the president again called a hoax. He also said he is not sending a lawyer to the next round of hearings, which begin Wednesday.
It is a hoax.
Administration officials are asking questions of House Judiciary Chair Jerry Nadler.
I tell you what, they set up a precedent. Now anybody who controls the House is going to say, hey, let's do it.
ABC's Cecilia Vega at the White House. 10 to 20 inches of snow is expected by tomorrow morning in a wide swath from Pennsylvania to
Not here.
That's a big one.
Oh, the wind was terrible at the mountains.
Oh, what?
Oh,
yeah, I went up to play poker Friday night.
I lost 2 trees.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
We were driving back from Netherlands. We went to the movies there. We were driving back from Netherlands. There was trees right next to the road. I mean, that wind was just.
Yeah, I know. On the highway, you could feel it. Although in the canyon, you couldn't feel it.
Oh, once you go up Clear
well,
Creek?
no, I go up 270. I go up I-70 to exit. We get off to take I-6 through the canyon. I don't go on the Central City Parkway.
Or you could just
go through the canyon.
No, I know where you go. You go up there and you take that off, and then you jump on 119.
By the little bar there.
Right, by the little bar, right. Why don't you just go up Clear Creek the whole way?
Well, because it depends. Sometimes I go Clear Creek. Yeah, it is a pain in the ass if you go like, because I was going about 4 o'clock. It's easier to just take.
I've gone up there and that entire road shut down. It was the middle of the fucking summer.
Yes.
And then I had to double back.
So it shuts down for a couple of reasons: the rock slide, somebody drowned, or an accident.
So what I usually do is I take I-25 to exit 235.
See, great advertising.
In 5 miles west to
the reason I like Clear Creek is it's like 45 miles an hour, but it's just nice. It's not up and down.
I take that coming home all the time.
Okay. The cops told me that's one of the most dangerous highways in.
Well, you know what? If you go home, I usually leave at 2 or 3 in the morning. And by that time, all the drunk people are behind you. They're not coming up.
They're empty.
That's true. That's true.
So that's why I don't worry about it too much.
Or unless someone says, "Oh, let's go up to."
But that's usually they don't usually go up there at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Don't a lot of them close down now though, or no?
What?
Do they?
I don't know.
Close what?
Like Johnny's East. Does that close down?
The casinos are open 24/7.
All of them.
As far as I know.
Well, there might be one like that one that Dothel's Alley. That might shut down.
Yeah, little ones.
Yeah. And that has no gaming. That's just slots.
Oh, I know, because now they can serve beer all night long, right? Yeah. Because for a while there, they couldn't serve beer like after 11 or something.
No, I think they stopped serving beer at 2 a.m. From 2 a.m. to 7 a.m. they stopped serving liquor.
That's odd. They're open all night then.
Yeah.
Is that a state law?
Yeah.
So like even a restaurant, like a truck stop can't?
It's a casino. I don't know about restaurants.
Yeah, I never thought of that. If you go into a...
You can't find a freaking restaurant open.
There's not a restaurant really in there.
Well, it's not a restaurant in Denver that's open at 2 in the morning.
What about like IHOP?
Yeah, but they don't serve booze.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Mark, I'll get the business.
Oh, no. I didn't delete it. I'll make it show up again. I hit it.
I sent Tom. I sent you the contract there.
With the recent snow. Where'd you send it? Email?
Yeah.
Saturday alone. And a Colorado ski
I printed it out down there.
Are you in pain?
Yeah.
He's tough.
As long as I keep the boot on and I don't move it, there's no pain.
That's the latest.
I'm tough, right?
Yeah.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is
He's
sponsored by
limping a little
Discover.
Man, I sat there all day Tuesday with my broken leg.
There's a few spots here and there to watch out for.
Is
We've got
Panacea coming in
crash
today?
being cleared in the left lane, southbound
Panacea
I-25
coming
there
in?
at Broadway.
Yes,
Seeing
noon.
a little bit of delay. Just travel through that area with caution. Guardrail repair wrapping up there. Westbound I-270 at Vasquez. Still some residual backups. Also watch out for crash on the toll road, northbound E470 at 120th, and a crash off highway being cleared at Colorado and MLK.
Name of this
as
company is
well.
MCCS.
The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be mostly sunny today with a high of 54. Tonight clear overnight over 29. Tomorrow sunny with a high of 47. Right now, just a few clouds and 44. With your impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner on
Max
630
Cordova.
K-How.
Want to hear something amazing?
It's a shitty
Discover
contract.
matches all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year automatically, with no limit to how much they'll match. Millions of people a year are getting their cash back matched. Discover Cash Back Match.
In fact,
What are
I think
you
the
waiting for?
contract's
Learn more at
illegal.
discover.com/cashbackmatch.
if you're running out of room in your home, like maybe you're a hoarder or you've got some new kids.
Maybe you're a hoarder.
Kind of the same
Maybe
thing.
you're a whore.
I've got some great news for you. Mortgage rates are incredibly low.
Right, just because you're running out of storage space, buy a new home.
Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing.
Well, if you get a flat tire, just buy a new car.
How much time?
You're a little sarcastic.
I want to call. They've been around for 20 years, born in Colorado, and continuously growing with our real estate market, so they know what it takes to get you into a home.
Yeah, there's trees down. In fact, my neighbor had a couple of pieces of shingles that were blown off. Oh, it was. I'll bet you there was 90 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, that was. Well, the sign on 70 said gusts up to 70 miles an hour.
When?
On Friday.
303-695-7000.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, yeah, I lost 2 trees.
You lost trees. I mean, it was.
Oh, there's trees
The wind
everywhere.
was crazy.
We lost power for 6.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you should see it again.
Boy, up there, if you don't have a backup, you're in trouble. That's long, 6. But I mean, a lot of times it'll go out for an hour or whatever.
Did you lose $900 worth of food in your freezer?
No, I didn't. Just don't open your
Right,
refrigerator.
I was kidding because that lady we talked to this week.
I lost over 1,000 in that T-bone accident. We left Sam's Club. No shit.
Really?
Yeah, they ate 1,000 too.
Hi, Tom Martino. I am your troubleshooter. Welcome
To the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. I have so many great things to tell you about, like OneClearChoiceDoors.com. No matter when it happens, if you have a problem, you call them for emergency service, a broken spring, anything wrong with your garage door, One Clear Choice Doors. But what I really love is their excellent service and their inspections, free inspections for Martino listeners if you mention the Martino special. And that's if you are suspecting something or you just want to know your garage door is in great shape. I don't mention that enough, but these free inspections are adjustments and hinge bolt tightening and safety checks. And I love these people. They're good people, the best garage door company in the world when it comes to certain doors they specialize in. 720-370-3987. 720-370-3987. I want to help you any way I can. So War said, W-O-O-R, unusual name. His name is War. He said he contracted to get his roof done. I got the contract now. I wanted to look at it. And I guess you got a very simple problem. They never came back after ripping everything off. Is that true?
That is correct.
Whoa.
And they keep telling me next week, and that's all what I get. And it's been months.
Oh, well, wait, you don't have anything on your roof?
No, they pulled the old roof out. They put the plastic on it, and that's it. And it's been
You
like
have
that for
a
months
plastic over plywood.
Correct.
Oh,
And
that's
I've had
dangerous.
leaks
No, you
through it.
probably have damages. Now, you
I
don't
do,
even have
and
tar
I've been-
paper, what they call tar paper. It's not really. But you don't even have that black stuff over it. You have nothing except plywood and plastic.
It's a white plastic.
Well,
Maybe
okay,
that's
but
a
it's
new
plastic.
tar paper.
That's
Yeah.
But if I picked up that plastic, there would be plywood underneath it.
That is correct.
Oh man, this is serious. Why are you waiting so long?
Well,
Let me guess.
they're
Let me
supposed to
guess.
do it.
I'll tell you why. Because they already got a bunch of money from you, and they probably spent it.
Exactly. They've already.
Well, then
told me that they didn't have
would
the
you
money
do
to buy the
everything?
roof.
Why would you do everything exactly the opposite of the way we recommend it? Why would you first do any money up front at all? And if you did, only when materials are delivered or work starts. But I don't think you're ever going to get your money back. How much did you give them?
I gave him $5,000 at the beginning.
And now
That was
he
the contract.
says now he has no money to buy the roof. Is that right?
That is correct. He's told me that before.
Well,
And the people
this
that
is a
removed
crime.
The old roof.
This is a crime.
It is. And
Well,
and
we should
I
call
like
him.
to make
We
sure
should
this
call
guy-
him and let him know that he's committing a crime. He's admitting he spent the money, doesn't have it, and under the Colorado Contractors Trust Act, he is supposed to put that money in trust for the job to be done. I wonder if many contractors know about that. And you know, if you do it intentionally, it's a crime. And it can be prosecuted. Even if you do it unintentionally, you're going to be ordered to pay it. So, does he answer the phone?
Sometimes.
Did you call him, Dan? Deputy
No,
Dan,
I
did you
haven't.
call him?
Well, this is a legal contract also.
Yeah, it's an illegal contract. What he means is by the state of Colorado, and there's a roofing roofing laws that specify how the contract should be done. Oh, God. Well, how did you find this guy?
It was recommended to me by, I believe, kind of a family member.
Well, why
cousin
don't you
or
go to them
something.
then and ask them for the money? No, I'm serious.
They've done that. They've done that, and
No. I'm asking you. Go to the family member and say, you recommended this crook to me. I want my money back from you. What about it?
It's
what family member is it?
It's not my family member. It's a contractor's family member.
Well, why would you do that? I'm just curious. You never met the guy before. You don't even know the person who really recommended him, a contractor's family member, and you paid $5,000 up front. Really, and I'm not trying to, but you didn't call to get a hard time, and we're going to do everything we can to help you. But I think the money's gone. Don't you think that, War?
I believe it. I believe that, and I just want to give it a last chance and maybe get some lawyers involved because he should be penalized. It's not right for him to be doing this.
I totally agree.
To do it for others.
I totally agree.
Well, don't do lawyers. It's a small claim.
Can we get a hold of War anywhere? I mean, have you tried to talk to him? Let's try to call him right now. You tell him, Dan, if he doesn't come on and talk, we're going after a criminal prosecution, and we're going to destroy his business. Just tell him. I'm so tired of effing around with these people. I'm telling you, man, I am so pissed off today from people getting away with crime. If you listen to the show, yeah, we get some really good cases where we can help, and then there's just the frustrating ones. And shame on you. Shame on you for not coming to referrallist.com. I'm just going to say it. You know what? People say, Tom, you know what? You dance around a lot sometimes, and you don't really just say it like it is. Why don't you just tell people, you should have used referrallist.com, period. Why don't people just do that and protect themselves? Do you realize the responsibility I take for checking out these people and how much I check out people? No, and trust me when I tell you, Home Advisor does not do that to the extent we did, not even close. Team Logan doesn't do it. They're not bad people, but they just don't do it, period. Not like we do. And there's nowhere to call when you have a problem. We get everyone else's problems. We do it. We get the problems. And damn it, I'm tired of pussyfooting around. Don't go to Nextdoor and go by a recommendation somebody said to somebody who said to somebody who said to somebody who said, or what is it? Angie's List, which is the same as Home Advisor now. These people are not there to help you. I've been doing this 40 years, and you know what I've been doing. And you know what? If you're phony, you don't survive 40 years. Not with people slinging rocks and arrows at you at every turn, trying to destroy me. And you want to know why? Because I speak for truth. Screw this crap. I am so tired of these people. These people ripping off people and no one doing anything about it. And shame on all of the media for not going after these people. And I don't just mean doing stupid stories. I mean going after them. And don't relent. Now, this guy is a scumbag for sure. We know that, don't we? What excuse would he have? MCCS. The guy's name is Max Cordova. Max Cordova, 303-430-4166. He has to write in his name on the contract. Good. Let's talk to him. Now, let me just say this. I am shocked and also elated that Max will come on. I respect him. For nothing else, I respect him for coming on. He's going to come on and talk about this. Max, I don't know if this is true, but this is what this guy said. I want you to hear it very carefully. He said you took $5,000 from him and tore off the roof and put plastic over and have not done one other thing. But here's what really concerns me, Max. He said you don't have the money anymore to buy the roof. Now, I don't know if any of that's true, but because you came on the air, I'm going to give you total respect and time to tell your story, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. That house.
I mean,
is,
what?
first of all,
is he talking because I can't hear him? Okay, so there you are. I'm sorry, Max. Go ahead. Keep going.
First of all, Mr. War is airplane pilot. So he got this house over in Erie, and he's trying to. He got a good deal on it because it was a dog kennel. The lady that had that died, and they rescued 80 dogs out of that house. Okay, so my cousin, his name is Robert Ledger, was put like in charge of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had another guy there that was named Rick, and Rick, he was kind of the demo man. Well, he overexceeded what he was supposed to do, and anyway, Robert called me and he said, "Can you come and pour the basement floor?"
What does this have to do with the roof? I'm confused.
I'm leading up to that. Okay, so we went in there and we did the floor, and he asked me, can you do the roof? And I said, sure. So I called Greeley Building Department. They told me that we didn't need to get a permit because it was just a re-roof. And I said, okay. Meanwhile, this Rick took all the fascia board off, all the soffit, and everything else. So when I confronted Robert Ledger, he said, well, do you need the fascia board to be put on? And I said, yeah.
So far, I have not heard one reason why you took $5,000 and have left his roof with plastic on it. Forgive me, I'm trying to give you the utmost respect here, but Max, where is the roof part of this? That's the most important part.
Okay, the most important part is that after they got the fascia board painted and put on and stuff, I went over there and we got a dumpster and we took the shingles off and we put synthetic underlayment. We dried it all in.
Wait. It is dried in. Underneath that plastic, he has a dried in roof?
Yes, sir.
Hold on. War, are you lying to me? You said underneath that plastic would be plain plywood, and Max Cordova is telling me it's dried in.
The only thing I've seen is that white plastic, and that's above the plywood. Matt, let's get the roof on. Let's get the roof on. That's all.
No, hold on. War, this is really important. Underneath that plastic, Max, you're telling me you've dried it in. That roof is essentially complete except for the overlayment. You have dried in, so underneath the plastic, Max, it's not raw plywood.
No, sir. No, sir.
Well, this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy because War got me all pissed off when he said you did absolutely nothing. Now, War, you had every opportunity to tell me. I asked 3 or 4 times what is underneath the white plastic. Now, you said raw plywood, 0 protection. He's telling me it's completely dried in. So hold on. This changes things a little. Now, he still wants a finished roof. I want his address. I'm going to have somebody check it out. I'm not going to screw around because Max is saying he dried it in. War is saying there's plywood underneath it. Now, that's going to take about 5 seconds to figure out. And we'll figure out who is telling us the truth. And War, I have no idea why you would tell me there was raw plywood underneath plastic all this time, because that would piss me off too. So, Suzanne, let's see what his address is. Let's get that address. And if there's a deputy, hold on, I have it on here. If there's a deputy near that area, let's see. Do I have the property address somewhere? I don't even see it on this stupid contract. Do you, Deputy Dan? Nope. It's not on here.
I didn't realize I can do a level from in here. The level. So if you leave it regular, then I can do whatever.
See, Ken, there's 2 sides to every story.
Oh, I know that. There's usually 3 sides. There's A, B, and the truth.
Yeah, that's right.
There's 3 sides.
That's right.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain.
Yeah, both Miami and Cincinnati won their first game.
Don't go away.
Hey,
EPI can show up with even
speaking of Miami, you know that
who did New England play where they looked lousy, guys?
They played the Texans.
Oh, Houston, yeah.
And another thing I want to ask.
I'm not so sure they were favored, though.
Oh, I bet you they were.
I thought I looked at it and it made me a little nervous.
Could not be.
What?
brought to you by
Oh, it's pretty common.
Does it go away?
Yeah, usually it does.
Mile High Estate Planning. Oh, we love this guy, Blake Harris. MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Always free consultations, free parking. He's located near Union Station. Convenient appointments. He does nights and weekends even, and all of his ratings online 5 stars. You know what? He does prenups and postnups because they are an important part of estate planning. Also, probate and trust administration. If you need an immediate problem solved, he does litigation for contesting a will, or maybe you're having a will contested and you need help. He does beneficiaries deed, power of attorney documents. He does forming trusts of all kinds, revocable, irrevocable. He can amend, dissolve. He can do living trusts. He can do asset protection, which is very, very important. I lost my timing. So, MileHighEstatePlanning.com when you need real help. This number you can also text 720-924-6171. That's 720-924-6171.
This is a
Yeah, everybody gets a gestational diabetes test, Tom.
Wait, everybody gets it?
Everybody gets a glucose tolerance test.
Oh, I mean, but as far as the diabetes,
it's called gestational diabetes.
But it's usually type 2, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's always it's always type 2.
And call them right now.
So,
303-502-5911.
after pregnancy,
You subside, yeah.
Were you using your massage gun over the weekend?
Yeah, I did a little last night, actually.
Did you have left relatives?
You know,
use it?
my ex-wife.
No, but some of my neighbors liked it.
During pregnancy. But it wasn't, nobody said it was caused by pregnancy. I think it was just discovered during pregnancy. You know what I mean? Because it exacerbated.
Yeah. She had type 1? And it went undetected all those years?
Well, or it was, I don't know, but and they believe it was from the thyroid attacking the isolates.
Pardon me, Tom, War is in Erie. Just so you know, if you want to put the word out for someone to take a
Who do
look
we
at
have
it.
up north, Mark? Damn it, they always have to be somewhere far.
It had to be somewhere, yeah, especially this time of year.
Where's Erie by? Is that by Firestone?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just curious. The roofer, did you talk to him?
Dan did. Dan talked to,
Yeah.
Dan got him on.
So how is he?
I could take the credit.
He's an
though.
older guy. You can tell he's an older guy.
But
So,
you said,
so it sounds like there's a
And
couple
more
people
clarified,
involved in this.
pardon me, Dan, more clarified off the air. I'm only telling you what I can see from the street.
okay.
Well, can't say
He
anything
hasn't
is
gone
true.
up there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it sounds like Max is talking to Rick, who's talking to
So
the
it
three
sounds like
people
there's,
involved.
and
right,
then
there's
also,
several
Tom, the next
contractors
priority
involved
would
in
be,
this
I've
thing.
had rock holding for the mold
Oh.
call on Ford.
Erie's
He
by
went up there,
Lafayette.
He's totally fine, but I told him he'd be after this call.
So Erie's between Boulder and Brighton.
I'm Tom Martino.
So Longmont is right around there.
Longmont, Loveland is near there.
Yeah.
Because there's a
Well,
great...
Loveland's quite a bit north.
Okay.
So it's south of Longmont,
Yeah.
east of Boulder.
It's about, yeah.
West of
There's a
Brighton.
golf course up there I play a lot.
Oh, I'll bet you I know which golf course.
Colorado
that is.
National.
Oh, okay. No, that's not the one.
You talking about Pelican Lakes?
No, there's one right along going to Boulder there.
Oh, that's in Coal Creek.
No,
That's on 36.
no, isn't it something ranch? Or no, that's in.
They
No.
will refinance you free of charge over the next 2 years. Give them a call, 303-867-7000, whether you are refinancing or buying. And check out their pre-approval. If you're buying, it's like a cash
Murphy
offer.
Ranch is up
Yes,
there.
you're
Which one?
already
You're talking about Murphy
approved.
Ranch?
Not pre-qualified, approved. All you
There's
need
Buffalo
is
Run, there's
the
Murphy
appraisal.
Ranch, it's up there.
303-867-7000.
But Colorado National is in Erie.
IdealHomeLoans.com. They're also on my referral list at referrallist.com.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
It'll be a warmer day.
You go up
Partly
at the
sunny
high
skies,
end
high
one, so I
49.
go.
No, it's a public course.
Highs tomorrow,
Okay.
close to 50. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather.
As a hiring manager, you need to quickly find the best candidates for your open positions. Tools from Indeed like
Geez, there's a
Skills
lot of
Test
golf
will help
courses out there.
candidates really show you what they can
There's
do.
what?
You'll save so much
lot of golf
time you can
courses.
take the
Fuck yeah, there is.
Post your next
It's almost
job at
amazing how many there
Indeed.com/hire
What's
today.
that?
You know what?
Golf course.
What's amazing is that they can make money. Because you can look at all that prime property.
I know.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
I'm Tom
Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, I want to be fair to everyone. First of all, it could be that he can only see it from the street and he doesn't know what's underneath that black plastic. He assumed, or white plastic. He assumed nothing was under it except plywood. So it could be that it's dried in. So War said that off the air. All he wants, though, is a roof. And he has every reason to want a roof. Now, I respect, as I said, Max for coming on. And Max said it's all dried in. Okay, Max, let's, for the benefit of doubt, I doubt you would just tell us it's all dried in unless it is. This guy's up in Erie. If I have a deputy up near Erie, you can give us a call on 303-MARTINO, and we'll try to get you set up. But what I'd like to know, Max, is did you ever tell War claims that you told him you don't have enough money to buy the roof? Is that true?
Sir, I have never talked to War personally. I've always talked to the guy that was in charge, Robert Ledger, and I never said.
Okay. Hey, War.
Robert Ledger told me that he says he's out of money.
Yeah, but you told me that Max said he doesn't have the money to buy the roof.
And you couldn't get a hold of him.
This is what I heard.
I'm just okay. No. Do you have the money to buy the roof, Max?
Yes, sir.
So when do you plan on putting the roof on? You, by the way, you can see his concern, right, Max? I mean, this is
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And let me add this too. I hope War is listening.
Yes.
Everything that they told me to do, I did. I did the basement. I did the porch. I did the beam across the living room, and a lot of stuff. I went up there and I helped Robert Ledger by giving him some pointers.
And who is Robert Ledger? Who is he?
He's the guy that War has in charge up there.
You mean of renovating the house?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, War, Ledger is your guy, right?
Right. I believe that's Max's cousin because that's who recommended Max.
Okay. So, by the way, the guy Legend, is he doing a good job for you? Ledger or whatever?
I think so.
Okay. And he's the one that told you Max can't finish it, can't afford the roof.
He doesn't have the money to purchase the materials.
Well, we don't. But Max just told us he does.
Yes, sir. My commitment to War in front of you and for the record.
All right.
That roof will be done as soon as the snow clears. I've talked to the supplier, and he said, naturally, we can't stock the roof if there's snow up there.
Okay.
So even if it doesn't snow anymore, I'll send the crew up there and we'll sweep the roof.
Okay. All right.
And I'll have the 28 square of shingles put up there.
Okay, listen, Max, I appreciate you coming on the air. Thank you. Listen, War, I would like to follow this up in a few days. Dano, can you put that down to follow up in, let's say, 1 week? Now, Rock with American Restoration, he's a great guy. And we use him because, first of all, the industry, boy, riddled with ripoffs. And Rock is, what I say, one of the most reliable people, and he's qualified. So let's talk about what...
Rock solid, right?
Yeah, that's good. Now, we had him go out on a job to inspect because we suspected that, Suzanne, the bottom line was Cindy had a mold problem, or she was told she had one, right?
My understanding is she was told she had a mold problem, right, Dan?
Because I didn't take this call, right?
She smelled dampness. She had a portable humidifier that leaked. Just a couple gallons of water, and she smelled dampness, so she called this company in.
And what happened? The company said what?
They said it would be at least a minimum of $1,500 to start getting rid of the mold, and that the mold was toxic.
Yeah, and they tested it. They were the ones that tested it, and they found black mold and toxic mold.
Wow. So that scared her, didn't it? Did it scare you, Cindy? I imagine that scared you, didn't it?
Well, yes, that's what I called you.
Yeah. So we sent Rock, as the doc says, rock solid. He's Rock with American Restoration. That's 8337 AmRest. And so we sent him out to take a look, and we're going to find out right now what he found. Now, Rock, we appreciate all the help you give us in this field because, as I said, when you when you contacted us and we contacted you, we talked about getting you on the referral list. We said this is one area where people need a lot of help. Every day there are lies being told in this industry. What did you find?
Yes, my findings were that it was kind of the perfect storm for Miss Cindy. She showed me where the leak occurred, and from where the leak occurred, it pretty much hit concrete. And so by hitting the concrete and then going, as she explained, and from what I saw, the water hit the concrete and went right to the drain. It was kind of the perfect storm.
Well,
the ceiling was
perfect. You mean perfect no storm? Yeah.
Exactly.
She didn't get her. So you're saying there was no mold?
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
So I went. So the water hit the concrete wall, came down, went right into the drain. There was no staining. I saw no evidence of staining. I saw no evidence of any type of watermarks anywhere in 2 rooms where the original leak occurred, and in the bathroom that was in question. I subsequently looked at the laboratory report. It was from a credible laboratory. The constituents of concern were regular or everyday common dust and pollen from the outside. There were no from the laboratory report. There was nothing that stated that there should be any bacteria or mold or constituents.
Then why were these clowns trying to charge her $1,500 off of what, Rock?
Wait, that was just to get started, right?
That's right.
And furthermore, now I didn't see any evidence from the report or from my visual findings that there was anything to be any suspect mold.
In other words, they kind of made it up.
Well, I don't want to. I will say, from the evidence of the laboratory report and my findings, I did not see anything that was suspect.
Now, Rock, you have a lot of taste. Rock is a good man's class because he doesn't want. Listen, he's saying I'll leave all that stuff up to Martino and Major for name calling and all that. All I'm saying is there was no visual evidence and there was no scientific evidence of any kind of mold, right?
Correct. Furthermore, they did, I said, well, if her question to me was that they wanted to do some type of air abatement or some type of, a spray or mist that would kill the mold, quote unquote, kill the mold that they thought was there.
Yeah.
I told Miss Cindy that, I said, mold, it's a contact thing, and there's got to be some elbow grease going on. So you got to cut, you got to rip, you got to scrape.
So even the solution they recommended, it wouldn't have worked even if it was real.
Well, there's no scientific body like the IICRC that Rocket Associates is certified by, or like the state of New York, the best standards out there that recommend some type of air, just kind of
right.
I wish you could, because that could save everybody a lot of money.
Yeah, what you're saying is when it comes right down to it, even the recommendations they made for remediation wouldn't have worked anyway. It takes elbow grease. It takes scrubbing and cleaning and removing and treating. So, Cindy, bottom line, these people tried to rip your face off. I'd like to get their names and expose them right after this.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Michael Brown at 2, 630 KHOW.
Well, she doesn't really know how to read it, I think. I think they left her the report there.
Okay.
But they told her toxic mold.
Yeah. This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
For the most part, the drive across town in pretty good shape. Good news that earlier wreck southbound I-25 at Broadway has been...
Hey, there's coffee right up here now, right?
Yeah, but I was downstairs.
Right where it used to be. They have a machine just like ours. Same thing. Yeah.
Just watch out.
Yep, it's right there, just like ours. Same exact machine.
Your alternate, although westbound I-70 is...
Well, at least they are right now.
It's usual spot in the elevated portion, so watch out for delays there as well.
Solid.
Forecast will be mostly sunny.
He's good.
I came up with something very clever there, rock solid.
I came up with it. What do you mean you came up with it?
Guys, what is this crap?
K-House.
Dan, what did you hear?
You need to quickly
I hear nothing.
Come on,
heard Martino.
let's see what kind of sycophant you are.
I heard nothing.
What they can do. You'll save so
How come you call him Doc, you don't call me engineer?
Okay, got you. Got it. Fix It 24/7. The name says it all. FixMyHome.com is their website. Now, I've known the owner and the managers for years, and they've hired, of course, the most forthright, honest, background checked employees to do what? To service your home with electric, with plumbing, with heating and cooling. And we don't mention all of these services because right now we're all interested in cooling, but they do it all. And they even do drains. But here's the bottom line, okay? When it comes to honesty, this is what I like to talk about, honesty. Did you know that they have 85% of the time told people they do not need a furnace when a furnace is recommended by another company? That's why they're offering free second opinions. Any major repair at all, if you're not sure if it's major, just call them and say, look, someone told me I needed this, do I? They'll come out and check and give you an honest to goodness assessment. 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939, free second opinions.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. My team and I go above and beyond, taking the time
I tell you,
to
those
ensure
mitigation
feel safe at
companies.
my office and are
You know what?
confident
Why
receiving
is
the
it
care
that
you need.
that
Have a beautiful,
those
vibrant
restoration
smile
companies
that
are the
you
worst?
deserve. At Barrett's
Why
Dental,
is-
we offer
Great question. I mean, look
You
what they
know why?
charge for a
Because
fan.
Because people
You're scared.
Their fear.
And insurance pays for a lot
without
of it.
the need to refer you out from doctor to
Again,
doctor.
you know, I know you're against insurance companies, but man, there's everybody out there ripping them off too.
Yeah.
That's true.
Look at you got a crack in your windshield. You go to a windshield place. First question they ask.
Yeah,
Call my
sure.
office today to set up a
Or you go to a hospital, what's the first thing they ask?
great
Yeah.
care.
But that's different though.
I know.
Even if you got insurance, you probably get a lower, cheaper price than if you didn't have
I
insurance,
heard
right?
the worst of the bunch were the OBGYNs.
They're the worst.
They're the worst of the
They
worst.
rip you off like you wouldn't believe.
You used to have a face after they get done with you.
Couldn't find any lips up
Oh,
here,
hey,
so
that's
just
great. Thank you so much.
be careful.
You just came in here
Yeah,
today,
what
Doc,
if you can't
to
run
get weighted
yourself?
on.
What, you got a bad foot or bad leg?
You're lucky I don't see you guys.
Hey, premises liability.
Exactly.
But you know, I wouldn't be sued. But you know what? Of all the personal injuries, it's med mal is one of the hardest. But as far as proof and evidence, they have made it so lenient on property owners. What is it, Mark? They have to know.
On what?
On property liability premises liability is very difficult to collect. You have to know something existed and do something, and most attorneys don't even want to talk about it. But there have been some successful.
When do they have to clear away the snow? That's the question.
You know what? That is a good question. In fact, that's a good reason to get John Fuller on to talk to him. It would be a good thing.
Because you can't expect. I mean, it was snowing pretty hard, and you know.
But that's a good point. Like, what does it take?
Yeah.
To have.
I mean, obviously, I think this is my fault for being a klutz. But there was so much snow you couldn't see the curb.
Right. That could be anywhere. I mean, it was coming down.
I didn't realize that you fell on your ass that bad. Did you hurt anything else?
No, just
You know, isn't it funny how a fall can really fuck you up?
yeah.
Let me tell you something, man. Some people, is this right? I hear nothing else wrong with them could die because they broke their hip.
Well,
older
a lot of older people. Yep. They get in the hospital, they get pneumonia, and they die from it. You know.
Now, I have a knee that when I fell, and it's just a big bruise, but man, I took a fucking wallop. You were there? No. Oh, no, it was you, Ted. You know, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. So you know what Sorels and those kinds of shoes, do you know what an open hook eyelid is? Instead of an eyelid, there are hooks.
Yeah.
Have you seen those, Mark? Those hooks, right?
I like
You do
them.
this.
They're faster.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have hooks on the top part of each boot. Then I had a long, tied double bow, but you have that loop. So I was running like this, and look, so one foot goes like this, and the loop goes in the eyelid.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah. Or hooks. You can have
the hook hooked the other one.
Right.
And it was the second time. The first time I stopped myself up here on the way to the restroom, went downstairs. It happened again.
Well, you know, another thing on falls is rotator cuff. Because you fall back, you know.
No, a lot of times
it jumps at this here.
Or you get what's called a Colles fracture, where you're falling down and you go like this, and you break your tibial fibula. I mean, your radius ulna right here. Very common. A lot of snowboarders get that.
Yeah, you're right.
But I know I'm getting old because I've taken some horrendous falls when I go skiing, and because you have boots on, you don't get ankle injuries. But I've never broken anything going skiing, and I've taken some falls 100 times worse than that.
This is dead. Hi, Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, we're solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Now, so what do we do? Cindy was told she had a mold problem, toxic mold. They quoted her $1,500, which is very low, by the way. Really nice ripoffs. They lied to her, but didn't want to take a bunch of money. No, but seriously, Cindy, the reward doesn't fit the crime. For them to totally lie about mold, what did they say about the $1,500?
They were going to fog the basement.
Okay.
Just do a big fog, and they said the house had to be empty for 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, they were probably going to go down and, smoke a joint or something. Or maybe just fart. But here's the deal. You didn't have toxic mold of any kind. And, we went through a substantial trouble to find this out. I mean, Rock, he went the extra mile, man. He's a good guy. They went scientific and everything. So you can rest assured if he says you don't have anything. And I can't tout them enough for that. That is a wonderful thing he did to put your mind at ease. And I want to know this. What's the name of the company that lied to you?
Pure Maintenance of Colorado in Wheat Ridge.
It's called Pure Maintenance?
Yes. The reason I called them was because they did a fog, and I thought, that's not invasive. I won't have to tear everything apart.
They did a
So
what? The fog, you mean. But wait. So they advertised this fog, Cindy?
Yes, and that's the reason I called them. And
We got to give them a chance to talk.
Right.
Dano, did you handle this to begin with? Who handled this? Okay. Who should we have call? Did you want to call Mark, or do you want Suzanne? You want Deputy Doc?
Let's see if they'll come on the air and have something to say. Yeah, let's call them on the air first.
God, they got great reviews.
Let's see. Do you want Deputy Doc to call Suzanne if you're tied up? Just let us know. Deputy Doc, why don't you go see her? Maybe we can have you call. And listen, this is very serious. Tell them we had an actual scientific test done, and they were totally lying about it. 303-713-TALK. Jack, our attorney can answer this. We're going to get him if we need him. But what is your probate question, Jack?
Well, here's my question. So, anyways, my wife, when her dad died, he didn't leave a will or anything. And, of course, somebody did step up to the plate to handle the probate stuff and the paperwork and stuff.
Who did that?
It was a sister-in-law.
Okay. So a sibling took care of the estate. What would you say that estate was worth?
Well, I don't know. Here's my question, okay? And I don't really want to hear, well, you can't do this. Lots of stuff. You've been talking about all kinds of things, how people are supposed to do things. But the thing is, cousins and relatives came into my dad's place and just started cleaning house on the place.
They're not supposed to do that. Now, Jack, seriously, how long did they wait after the death? Did they wait for a will? I mean, did they wait for an estate plan or a probate? I mean, or did they just go right in?
Pretty much within about a couple, 2 to 3 months, just went in and started cleaning the house.
Okay, but Jack, this is your your wife's father. Were there other siblings, and are they the ones that went in? Who went in and actually started cleaning it out?
Well, brothers.
Okay. If there was no will, okay, everything would, without a will, go to the wife. And if his wife was not around anymore, does he have a wife?
Yes, he did have a wife survive him.
Okay, well, it would belong to the wife. Did they go in and just take stuff from her?
Well, she moved in with the sister-in-law.
No, what I mean is this. When he died, his wife was living with him at the time?
Yes.
And then the mom, your wife's mom, went and lived with one of her sisters.
Right.
And then while she was out of her home, people cleaned it out.
Correct.
Well, that's up to your mom, to your mother-in-law, to take action if she wants to. It belonged to her. So if she doesn't care, there's nothing you can do about it. Who did she want the stuff to go to? What did they take?
Well, yeah, but how? But if he's still owed debt on stuff, how is he supposed to pay for the stuff if he's still owed debt on stuff, but people have taken things?
Well, this is what I need to know. I need to parse through this. First things first, Jack. He didn't have a will, so everything went to mom. Now I need to know, what did they actually take? What are you most concerned about? Did they take vehicles?
No, it's no vehicles. I mean, there's still a couple of vehicles. One pickup that still has a lien on it. Another one's completely paid for. But as far as
what did they take? Let's talk about.
Tools, lumber, some household stuff, some household furnishings and stuff. And,
okay. Now, are you saying the estate has bills against it? Because the wife would be responsible for the one she signed on to, but what bills would there be?
Well, but he doesn't. He never had her sign, because I do the same thing with my wife. We don't have nothing in common other than our house.
Okay, so I don't know what you're concerned about. Are you concerned that the mom won't have enough to pay off bills that the husband left, because she doesn't really have to pay them off? I mean, in other words, well, she has to if she has an estate and they opened up probate, but that's what probate did. That's all done. I suspect they did it correctly. I don't know. Is probate closed right now?
No, not as far as I know. It's still open.
All right. Well, really.
Well, I mean, can I call the law after these people for having taken anything?
Well, it's up to your mom. It's up to your mother-in-law. Really, she's the victim here. You don't get a say in it. I mean, does she know the stuff is missing?
Yes.
Is she senile, or is she pretty with it?
No, she's still with it.
Okay, well, it's up to her, Jack. Bottom line is this, okay? Let me just tell you. They took her stuff. And if this estate comes up short from paying his bills, now they don't have to pay him. They can send the truck back. They can do whatever they want. I mean, she doesn't have to pay anything unless they're distributing money. If they're distributing assets, then they have to pay off these bills. But otherwise, they can let people repossess stuff. And if these people want to pursue deficiencies against a dead man's estate, they can. But really, the mom is the one that has to complain about the personal property. She might say, I don't care what they took. They can have it. How does she feel? I need to know how she feels about it right now. That's the important thing. If she says, oh, Jack, help me, they ripped me off, that's another story. So hang on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover. We treat you like you treat you.
If you've got somewhere to go, for the most part, the drive across town in pretty decent shape. Should be able to get to where you need to without many problems. A couple of slow spots in the highway drive to watch out for. Southbound 225, a bit stop and go in the Tech Center drive approaching the I-25 interchange. And northbound I-25 slow approaching Hamden. Once you get north of there, traveling on I-25 downtown in pretty decent shape. Westbound I-70 still slow in the elevated portion. Eastbound stop and go from 270 traveling out towards Peoria. And westbound I-270, but stop and go approaching Vasquez. There still could be some guardrail repair along that stretch. The weather forecast, mostly sunny with a high of 54. Right now, a few clouds and 49.
Are they coming on?
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner.
Are they coming on?
6:30.
Are we off the air? Yeah.
I spoke to Cassie, who's the office manager. She's going to call the owner. I gave him the back line. I said call us either between 10 till 2 o'clock today, or we'll give them till tomorrow to respond.
What are you waiting for? Learn more at discover.com/cashbackmatch.
You know, when this cold weather comes, we're reminded how important it is to have good insulation. If you have an older home, even a recently built home, a completed home, the only way to insulate is to retro insulate. Most of the time that takes people getting into your house and disturbing things. Not with Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. Not only is it the best insulation for homes that are already built, it's the easiest to apply. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is a state-of-the-art injection foam. It is not a spray-on, okay? It's not an AB epoxy. It is a foam that's kind of like a little stiffer than shaving cream. It goes into every nook and cranny and hardens just a little but stays pliable. It will make your home up to 50% more efficient and 80% more quiet. It's a wonderful product. FoamYourWalls.com will convince you they do it from outside the home without any disruption to your living space. FoamYourWalls.com.
Good afternoon, Insurance Customer Service. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm calling about my medicine costs. They seem to keep going up.
How can I help?
Well, aren't you supposed to help by negotiating and holding down costs?
Oh, well, we do negotiate discounts, yes.
Okay, then why am I paying full price? Hello?
Daniel?
Yep.
I got a Jeff on. Here's your water. He called about a week ago with a property management issue. You guys needed paperwork. He sent the paperwork, and he says Dan said to call back in.
Is this the guy from Florida?
It might be.
The airline pilot?
Might be.
Yeah. I left 3 messages with the number he gave me. No person answered. And I left 3 messages to call me. I have it here.
What's his name, Jeff?
No, Fred.
No, this guy's name is Jeff.
And it's not from the apartment
Said he
building?
called about a week ago, and then was to email in some paperwork. He did that. Anyway, I got to do the crossover with, oh, that's not that. That's Corey.
Did everyone leave on Friday?
Florida with the,
Let me ask you, in case you went by
Did
it.
everyone leave that day?
Sunday. They just left
Your
yesterday.
guest home. Okay, your
Denver's
guest.
LASIK Center of Excellence. See the world in a whole new light. Toss your glasses and contacts away. Call Icon today for your free LASIK consultation.
Finally got one.
866
One out of like
It's about
1,000.
time.
Visit iconeyecare.com.
Modern modernization today has the products you need to modernize your workplace.
Rock solid. I like it.
Oh,
Company data can follow you anywhere, from the boardroom to your child's soccer game. There's literally no escaping it.
At CDW, we get it data work won't modernize reliability. You need software from Veeam that simplifies data center management and ensures availability for any app, any data, across any cloud. Veeam and IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/Veeam.
When you're diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, a lot of questions run through your mind. What am I going to do? What are my options? What did I do wrong? We've had those thoughts too, but some questions can help you move forward. Visit findyourmbcvoice.com for an interactive guide to help you learn the next steps to take.
So I was in the Walmart last night just getting some stuff, and this woman behind me said, "Oh my God,
Start finding
I feel your pain. I'm a nurse." I said, "I'm a doctor." She said, so the woman behind her said, "Oh, I was in your office a couple of
stem cell
years ago."
therapy. I can't stress that enough. If you are looking for stem cell therapy, please don't waste your
It's
money
just so
with
funny.
these
Some
liars
woman
and cheaters
just
who
was in my
use
office,
amniotic
one
fluid,
time,
umbilical
several years ago.
cord,
So I
and
remember
other
that voice.
fluids they have shipped into Are the you clinic. kidding? And I'm sorry That's if I fun. offend people, but you got to figure this out. If a clinic has fluids shipped into their clinic, you are not getting true living stem cell therapy. Under current law, it's impossible. You must have it extracted on site. Centeno Schultz, one of the few clinics truly giving stem cell therapy. Look for their seminars or call them for an evaluation. 303-963-9201.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chris Centeno, and if you come to one of our
Hey, Dan, that wasn't the guy from Florida, right?
No.
Because I tried 3 times to call that number that he
We're
gave
going to
me.
show you how you can be active and functional again without surgery.
303-963-9201.
I've seen lives changed
You know, they have a Starbucks
by
coffee
high-quality
Keurig.
stem cell
That's
therapy.
2X.
Hey, it's Chris here.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's 2X. That means
Double.
Caffeine. When it comes to
Oh, they pumped it with just more caffeine. It doesn't taste twice as strong.
Well, it tastes pretty damn strong, but I don't think that's why, though. It is stronger for sure, but it's also twice as potent. Now, I wonder if...
How does it feel like a triple shot Americano? Does that give you 3
Find
times
them at
caffeine?
fixmyhome.com.
It gives you 3 times as one shot, but
Yeah.
dark coffee has less caffeine than regular coffee.
630 KHOW wants you to
Espressos
win $1 million.
have less
Another
caffeine,
shot to
darker,
win at 5 past the
roast,
hour.
less, I don't know why. Yeah, I know. Because they roast it more. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have Blake Harris from MileHighEstatePlanning.com. Blake is our expert on estate law and wills and probate and everything associated, trusts and probate planning and asset protection and on and on and on. Okay, so let's ask, basically, Jack's got a good question or a good issue. Jack's mother-in-law died. She moved in with one of her children. How many siblings altogether, Jack?
Well, my wife and 3 brothers.
Okay.
And it's not the wife that died. It's my dad.
That's what I'm sorry. Man, Jack, your dad died.
Right.
And your dad, hold on. Your dad died. I'm sorry, I had it all wrong. And you have how many siblings?
Hold on. Yeah.
Why is this so hard? I'm just wondering. In other words, Jack, your mom, I'm sorry, I didn't know your mom died. Your mom died, and some of your brothers went in and took stuff, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's the same story. It's just I had the wrong mother. So your mother died. Some of your brothers went in and took stuff, and your mom.
Was your mom married at the time of death?
Hold on, Mom. Her stuff was taken by some of the brothers because the dad died, and Mom moved in with your sister, right, Jack?
Well, you got this thing confused. My dad died. His wife is still alive.
Right, that's right. His wife.
But my understanding from the sister-in-law, everything does not automatically go to her because he did not leave a will.
Okay, Jack. Okay. First and foremost, his dad died. Was the woman married to him for more than 10 years?
Yes.
How long was she married to him?
I think 23.
Okay, but she's not his original wife, is that right?
No.
But they were married at the time of death, right?
Correct.
And you're upset because at the time of death, she moved in with a sibling, and the other siblings basically took a lot of stuff out of the house. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so now we have the correct scenario, which is what I thought it was, except I got the wrong side of the family. Now, Blake, he wants to know, isn't that wrong, first of all? And I said, and I might be wrong, that it's up to her to lodge the protest because it's her stuff. Was it her stuff? Did it automatically, without a will, revert to her? So answer all of that, Blake.
One question is, was the stuff jointly owned? If they bought it during their marriage and they used it together, such as the kitchen table, then yes, it goes to her without any need for it to go to probate. It's up to her what happens with it. If it's something that just your dad bought and there was maybe, I don't know, his gun collection that he didn't ever share with his wife, then that property would be distributed under his intestate rules. So
all right, and Blake, if you could, and you're on a headset, your audio is terrible, and we really want to hear you better. So, Jack, was any of this stuff just his, like collections or stuff like that?
Well, no gun collections, but he did own a lot of stuff that he owned just outright himself.
Like what, though?
Well, I mean, he owned tools, he owned pickups.
Okay, but believe it or not, he didn't own it alone. Hold on. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal Home Loans for your next Ideal Home Loan, because Ideal wants to make sure if they do a refinance for you, they put you in a better position than you were in before. Ideal is the only lender that offers these things. Credit optimization, which means they will work with you to optimize your credit. Even if you're approved, they can do small tweaks to your credit, like paying down a certain card or moving certain balances to get you better pricing. They also have Pick Your Term Loan. You can pick any term you want, 10, 11, 12, 13 years. years, 18 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you've paid it down, you don't have to go all the way back to 30. They also have a rate guarantee. If rates go down over the next 2 years, they refinance you free of all lender fees, and they have pre-approvals, which is just like a cash offer. You are actually approved. All they're waiting for is an appraisal and written guarantees that your pricing will be a certain amount and it will not change. 303-867-7000. Closing in 3 weeks or less. 303-867-7000.
IdealHomeLoans.com.
I thought he did too.
Or her
the
mom.
first time.
Right here, when they get Ken's coat.
We're so sorry about these chairs.
Supposedly we're getting new ones. So this is your headset,
Yep.
your mic, is your phone silent?
Yes, always. I always have my phone silent.
Good. So
What's on?
do you remember this on and off to talk? And perfect.
I'm easily trained.
I've done a bad job with the
Well, thank
Integra
you
Health
so much
Center,
for
a really
what
bad
you
job,
do.
and I don't have a sheet for what we're doing right now.
I could plop it up every now and then. I can put it up.
Hold on one sec, I'll be right there. We are.
Hi, I'm Ken.
I know, we met last time.
All right, yeah.
What happened to your foot?
Oh, I broke my ankle stepping over here.
In the big snowstorm we had.
Retired Los Angeles police.
Oh, yes.
I use yours.
Do you sleep now?
Yep. But I gotta use it how it's meant to be.
Like, what do you mean?
You shouldn't be drinking at night beforehand.
Ken? What do you mean drinking?
Well, see, I have a few glasses of wine.
I thought wine's to help you sleep.
Well, but then it wakes you up.
Yeah, just put on my ankle?
Yeah. It'll put you to sleep and then you wake up.
Is that what all alcohol does?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a mild sedative, then an
Right.
together
Then you wake up and stuff.
Really?
Let's take this now, right?
Go for it.
See if it works. All right, Tom, we're going to check out, see if this works on my foot.
What is it?
He said,
Is it 75?
No, those are the...
I don't know why they even dick around with that. You really need 70. I should go downstairs and get you sleep. How many are in there? 3. Yeah, just take 3.
But Jamie, what I like is...
I got the 7-pack.
Is this full pack spectrum?
No.
Well then, take 3.
Take 3.
You're not going to need take 3. You'll love them.
Just let them dissolve. Don't drink. Let them dissolve in your tongue.
Under your tongue? Can't you chew them a little?
You can chew them a little. These are made to dissolve pretty rapidly the tongue.
Okay.
So it goes fast. The ones you're talking about are the larger
big
things.
ones. I get it. So yeah, those are sublingual.
So what I like about it is I still wake up like at 4 or 5 hours, but I can get back to sleep. Whereas before, I would wake up and then I couldn't get back to sleep.
Yeah.
So that's what I like.
Yeah, right in the corner.
Because I don't think
Just
anything
like
is supposed
ours,
to really just knock you out.
They got the
Ambien will.
See, that's what I was taking. Ambien. Not a full tablet, but I
You
would
know, they
take
have
it.
sublingual Ambien that's perfect. It's made for people like you, older people, who wake up at 3 or 4 in the morning and want to get 4 more hours sleep. You put it under your tongue, it's like a 5 milligram sublingual Ambien.
I take like a third of a 10, so I take like 3 milligrams.
Yeah, but that's when you go to sleep at night, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, when I wake up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So those are the
Diarrhea,
these
gas,
guys that
bloating,
actually made those
stomach
for first
pain,
responders.
unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
We trained all
The
the
symptoms
thermal,
just don't go
hard
away.
content on this stuff.
But EPI
And that's
can
what
show
that
up
person
with
was
even
asking
one
today,
symptom.
because
The
I've been
good
listening,
news,
because I'm a fan
API
of
is
the show.
manageable. But to get to the right diagnosis, you have
that
to
was
break
the
it down
question.
for your doctor and get
And I
specific
said,
about the severity of your symptoms.
anesthesia,
Visit
well, yeah.
identifyEPI.com
we call it
for more
THC
and
free,
use
but
the
it's
symptom
low
checker
level
to help
infection.
change the
Exactly.
You have to take a whole, like 4 bottles of this stuff in order
Right.
to test.
Like a dog would not be able to.
Check out
Dog
Wisdom,
would.
1203.
Yes.
That's about 0.03%, right?
Backcountry should be aware
So
of the danger
these
of
are like
avalanches. That's according to the
0.00.
Colorado Avalanche Information
It's like 20
Center.
ppm.
It says
Okay.
the mountains in southern and central Colorado
Yeah,
have
you'd have to
several
take, like,
areas at
three-
considerable
3 or 4
risk for
bottles of one
avalanches.
store.
Right.
The center also says heavy recent snowfall has come
Well,
down
you know,
on
I
a weak
was
and
telling Tom, I
unstable
thought what they
snowpack,
should do
making for not
is,
ideal conditions. They advise anyone
if
going
you
into
get
the
pulled over,
backcountry to use extreme caution
they should
because any
have, it'd be
avalanche
so
that
easy
occurs
to
right now
have
could
a
be
cop,
large enough to vary
have
a
an
person.
app on his phone.
Colorado Ski Resort
That's
is
okay,
being
we
named the
change
best
this
in
from red
North
to green
America
and
for the
press it.
second year in a row.
If your
That's a
reaction
Park
time is
Resort
normal,
topping USA
you let
Today's
people
list of
go.
the best ski resorts.
Because there's no
USA
real
Today experts
limit
compiled the
for
list of top 10
marijuana
resorts
testing
and
at
then
this
let
point.
readers vote
Well,
to
the only thing
determine
you
how
test
they're
for is
ranked.
metabolite.
Copper Mountain and
Right,
Telluride
but what I'm
also
saying
on the
is
list,
they
finishing
haven't-
5th
they
and
haven't
6th respectively.
decided,
In the
like with
annual ranking.
alcohol,
And
it's
it is
0.08.
official in
Right.
Aurora.
There's
Mike
no
Kaufman
level
being
for
sworn
alcohol.
in today
THC in your bloodstream. So if you can, if I'm driving along or you're driving along, what you care about some guy who's behind you smoking marijuana.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. There's a crash on the Highway Drive on the north end of town, northbound I-25 approaching 168 by the toll road. Seeing some big backups there. Looks like the left-handed shoulder could be blocked. A couple of cars involved, so just expect some delays in that section for a while. Not seeing any going on the southbound side. Westbound I-270 approaching Vasquez. Stop and go back up to the I-70 interchange. And both directions of I-70 a bit of a nightmare. Westbound slowing the elevated portion.
That's what you need for
stations as opposed to
Yeah, exactly.
The weather forecast could be partly sunny today with a high near 60.
What's up, Panacea?
Partly cloudy and 54.
Brought you gifts.
With your
Early
impact
Christmas
traffic
gifts.
and weather.
We had a guy not know what to buy.
The best route to
He didn't know which had no THC and which didn't. Is that labeled on your website? Because he says it's very confusing.
Yeah, it does. I didn't give any answer.
You gave me a little some already. Yep.
It's labeled pretty well on the website. So we just
He said he particularly was looking at the cherry bomb, and it says free. He didn't know, does that mean it's free of THC or there is THC?
It's free of THC, and I could go back and review that.
The cherry bomb? I'll send you the email. Okay. Because he's been using a different brand for a long time.
I've gotten more than one comment that the website was hard to understand. And I can see what they're talking about, but I just, you have to understand, man, people,
and it's one stop.
This is new to people.
People are just very basic. It's amazing how much.
I've known him for many years, and we have so many great.
You know, when you talk about what aggravates you,
Here's what they put. Come on over here for a sec, just so I can show you. Because I don't know. I didn't look.
That you have to tell them things 5 times before they
Just read this first.
Tell them something 5 times before it gets through their head.
You discovered mold, or there has been a chemical problem with toxins.
So then basically, I basically said I sent to the powers that be. I agree it should be very clear. And then he wrote back, thanks man, much appreciated. I thought full spectrum meant it has THC. I'm not sure of that either. The cherry bomb, for example, is very unclear to whether it has THC or not. I am going with Mary's Nutritional right now, but he really wants to try yours. But if you tell me how to answer that, I'll email him back which ones are definitely THC, because he wants to try the brand.
Yeah, so part of the thing in the industry is these definitions are a little wacky.
So their definitions could be totally different.
Yeah, so we're trying to get that so it's unified.
Full spectrum means there is THC.
Correct.
How about cherry bombs?
Cherry bombs are made with isolate, so they're THC free.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We love what we do here. We want to help you any way we can. All you have to do is say help. This hour brought to you by RenewHomeInnovations.com. RenewHomeInnovations.com. Really, it's Renew Bath, because that's what they do. They take care of your bath, but there is a business called that, and these are much better, because here's what happens. Renew Home Innovations goes in and can do beautiful bathrooms and showers. I mean, these are awe-inspiring. The showers are unbelievable, and no maintenance on these, especially when they use the Serica, which is a Kohler product, a wall product. So anyway, if you want to find out more, 303-904-2000. Now, they have good, better, and best. They're all great, but they do have different qualities. If you don't want to stay in your home forever, you don't need to do the Bella Doccia, the beautiful shower. That's RenewHomeInnovations.com, 303-904-2000. Let's talk about this case. The guy hung up, and I'm sure he's frustrated, and I hope he's listening. People assume that if Dad bought tools, they belong to Dad. If you buy anything when you're married, anything, and there is not a specific agreement or titling, otherwise, you can assume it's marital property. That's what I was told. Now, if you had something before the marriage, it's yours. If you don't, throw it into the marriage, and the appreciation of that stuff with the absence of an agreement would be marital property. Now, that means if you have an art collection, the art collection is yours. If it was premarital and it's specified, it's yours, right, Blake? And then if it grows in value during the marriage, that's marital property, right or wrong? I don't know, Blake.
Yes, right. All of that would be marital property, and it would be jointly owned as well, in which case the wife
Hold
would
on.
be the one to
If
cut
it's
it
an
out.
art collection before the marriage and I bring it into the marriage, is it jointly owned?
No, if it's never retitled into the both people's names.
Only the appreciation would be marital property.
It does become marital property, exactly.
Okay, so what about this? I know this guy was frustrated with me because at first I had her mother, it's his mother. But bottom line is this. Jack's dad died. The brothers came in and took stuff from the house. And I said, look, Jack, I know he's upset, but it's not him. He doesn't have an issue here. It's up to the mom. It was her stuff.
The real question is are there other assets? Because if so, the house some of that could go to Jack. If they're not, if
there's no will, first of all, doesn't everything belong to mom?
No, not necessarily, because it is a blended family. It is a child from a previous relationship.
Tell me how it would work.
So what would happen is the tangible personal property, which is stolen, would generally always go to mom. The remaining house value, if the house is not jointly owned, if it's jointly owned, which it may or may not be, then it would all go to mom. But if the house is not jointly owned, it's all in his name, there's no trust, there's no will, then the property would be sold. The first $150,000 would be distributed to his wife, and then of the remaining property, it would be approximately 75% that would go to the wife, and then 25% of what remained would be divided among the father's children.
That's interesting. So, if people already took personal stuff, what would happen?
As far as the personal stuff is concerned, it's up to the wife.
Now, he said, but it was Dad's. He bought tools. But that's what I said before. Unless there's a specific agreement, anything you buy during a marriage is both of yours, even if it's your tools.
Correct. If the tools were in the name of a business, if the father ran a business, or if it's a registered gun that's registered in the father's name, then it would be the father's. But generally, the property that I assume they're talking about would all be jointly owned. All is up to the wife to decide what happens to it.
So unless it's titled property, it's going to be both of theirs if they bought it with the absence of any other agreement. And even if it apparently looks like hers, like, for example, a necklace, it doesn't matter. It's both of theirs.
Exactly.
Now, what if the dad gave his wife a gift, and a stepchild comes in and says, he gave that to my mom?
It's still probably going to be marital property. They own just about everything jointly. They live together. I guess it probably could go either way.
That's why people need to have a will or a trust to do away with all this stuff.
Exactly. A little bit of planning ahead of time would have saved this family a lot of time and money.
All right. Thank you. And I appreciate all the information. And that's milehighestateplanning.com, 720-924-6171. I hope, Jack, you're listening. Your stepmom will have to make the claim for the personal property. The other stuff is going to be split according to law, and it's not going to be as easy as I thought. It doesn't all go to mom in a blended family. Blended families make things different. In fact, I'd like to talk about blended families specifically with Blake at another time, because it's a topic that is probably more than usual. I mean, nowadays, in other words, not more than usual, but nowadays, it's not an exception. It's probably just as common as, unblended families. Blended families are very common, is what I'm trying to say. We have a follow-up call on property management issue. I'm not sure what's happening here. Jeff, what is happening? And I'm doing a bad job of promoting our health insurance help center. Anything to do with health insurance, the people at Integra Insurance are standing by. Whether you have Medicare looking for a supplement or Medicare you want to explore Advantage, anything to do with Medicare, anything to do with even Medicaid, they can talk to you about eligibility. And then if you're looking for health insurance, they can help you. Don't try to do it alone. That help center is active till 4 o'clock today. And they're going to be specifically answering calls from our listeners. After that, you can always contact them at their office. But right now, until 4 o'clock, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. And I have to tell you this is very important. December 7th is the deadline for people that want to activate on the 1st for some products and December 15th for others. So it's very short, a very short deadline. So that's 303-771-HELP. Now, talking about property management, Jeff, where did we leave off?
Basically, that I was mad, but I'm mad for a pretty particular reason.
What are you upset about? I have the paperwork here. What is it? Now, did we talk already?
Yes.
All right. What's the problem? What's the problem?
The real problem is that they lied on an eviction paperwork. So they lied on court documents. And now they're trying
How did they lie? How did they lie?
They put that I owed $3,900 in past rent. But I had paid rent up to that point.
All right, Jeff. Then let me explore this again. You had a lease. Did you leave early or did you live out the lease?
No, we left early. And so
all right. How long did the lease go, Jeff?
It was a year lease, and I was 6 months through.
Okay, you were 6 months through. When would it have expired, technically?
April of 2020.
Okay, so is that April 1st or the end of April?
At the end of April.
Okay, so what went wrong? You left, and how are they cheating you? You paid rent up to what date?
Up to August 1st, yes.
So you paid all of July. You did not pay August.
That's right.
Okay, then what happened?
We had made an agreement once I paid rent in July that I was moving out in 60 days. At that point, the day after, they had filed for an eviction stating that I owed them $4,000 in July. That's not true.
When did they file the eviction?
July 2nd.
Wow. And you made the agreement with them July 1st?
That's right. And they weren't going to use it. According to the text messages I sent you, they weren't going to use it unless I paid them an additional $1,000 in fines on top of what I had already agreed to pay.
You were going to be out at the end of September, is that right?
No, we were out September 1st. August 30th is our last day.
Oh, I see. So you said we're going to be out at the end of August. So you left at the end of August. But you did not.
So the lease agreement states that you pay 2 months. When you break the lease, you pay 2 months, and then they release you.
But that's 2 months in addition. That's 2 months in addition to the time you live there.
That's right.
All right.
And so I agreed to pay that amount in the middle of August.
But you did not pay for. But you did not pay for August, right?
No, not yet, because I had agreed to give them one lump sum in the middle of August, and they said that was okay.
I understand that. I understand that. But Jeff, to make things really crystal clear, just really crystal clear, you broke your lease. You were going to be out at the end of August. Therefore, you would have owed August plus 2 months.
That's right.
Okay. So what went wrong?
At the moment that I went to pay them, they increased their charges by over $1,000.
Why?
In that 2 week span.
Why?
They called it demand notice fees. Every time they had to talk to me or everything that they had to do, including charging me for the eviction.
Is there a reason? I don't understand why they went through all this trouble if you guys had an agreement in place. Where is the agreement that you had in place that said you could leave at the end of August and all you owed was 2 months? Where is that agreement?
It's in the lease. It's included in the lease and exit paperwork.
It says if you break the lease, you will be responsible for 2 months.
That's right.
Okay. So I want to ask, though, on this agreement, on this thing here, all these extra charges, why didn't you pay August rent on August 1st? I want an answer to that one, just out of curiosity.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
What's his most of it?
See, they're also charging for eviction, which they. Okay. You can see on that.
Long or short?
Dan, do you have his most of it?
Guys,
I'm sorry?
Buyandbuild.net. That is where they are on the internet. That remains the same. But Buy and Build, their physical location has changed to 560 South La Pan. That's just west of I-25 and Alameda. Okay, so when you're on Alameda and I-25, you go west to La Pan, and then just go south 2 blocks. A big orange and blue building, buyandbuild.net. They are wonderful people, people you can trust, with all kinds of cabinets, vanities, granite, tile, hardwoods, plumbing and electrical below wholesale. They also do installations now, full installations. 303-295-6022.
Are you embarrassed by your smile? Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. My team and I go above and beyond, taking the time to ensure you feel safe at my office.
Charlie's voice sounds just like me. He's a little short guy.
Yeah, I know.
But his voice is, you can tell how he is.
Are we on? Which means
yes, you want me to take
all
off?
aspects of your care in one safe
It's not
location,
that important.
without the need to refer you out from
Do you know
doctor
him
to
well?
doctor to
I knew him when I
If you do feel
a long
safe
time
at my
ago.
office, it's the last
He's a
place
nice
you
guy.
have to
Just saying
visit
his voice
for
sounds
honest
like
and
what it is.
excellent dental care. We can
He
solve
really
your
takes
problems
his,
no matter how complex they are.
seriously.
Oh,
Call my
he's
office
really
to set up a free
dedicated.
I agree
consultation.
totally.
We'll take
really
free.
No, I wasn't saying any bad about him.
I
just said he's just a little guy and his voice
Barrett's Dental
sounds like
today at
nothing to do with
Mark, on
309
the other hand, sounds like his voice.
1308.
Doesn't he?
Or visit denverdentist.com
He's got very
for your free
clear, very
consultation.
distinct.
Mention KHOW and you'll receive 50% off on the first $1,000 in dental services.
Your voice is kind of like mine, kind of just smooth and it's
You know, anybody who's in business themselves, they better take their business very seriously.
yeah.
Black Friday extends most of the month at K&H Home Solutions. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Extraordinary savings on windows.
He's all over the place. He's live, he's recorded.
Yeah, you can't get rid of the guy.
It's like a bad penny.
Hear him on KOA.
Every window you buy, you get one free.
My goal in life is not to be called a slime bucket on your show.
Okay, Dan, he is being treated unfairly, right?
Yes, it was. See, they charged him for like an eviction note, and when they did evict him, they went to court and they said you can't evict him and stuff, but or they didn't show up to court. I can't remember what he said. So it's about $1,000. It's very complicated, but that billing there, that's the last one
What
he
is
got.
his monthly rent?
$1,825.
That's the first thing I asked.
So you can see it's on there.
I don't understand any of this.
I know there's a lot of stuff just.
Did you call Bern?
No, I didn't. Oh wait, no, I tried to call. I did call, and then they were gonna give a call back, and they didn't. Nothing.
They kind of agreed with him and then went back on it.
And then they sent it to the bill collector there. But his big question was, can they double charge him or they charge it? I said, no, you can't.
With the absence of another agreement, I don't know. This is like bullshit.
Have a shorter term or a lower rate or both. Or
Can you send a copy of the lease then?
No, I don't got a copy of the lease.
Where it said that, where it has that 2-month deal in writing?
That's 60 days as far as in there.
That's what we want to see that.
What do you mean? He doesn't have it. He says it's in the lease.
No, but he needs to send a copy of the lease so we can see that,
Yeah,
right?
but I doubt he has it. That's what I think.
And when I told him, I says, no, they can't charge you for something that's illegal and stuff, but they could hurt your credit.
What I'm saying is they're going to ruin his credit, and they're going to believe them before they believe him because he doesn't have an agreement. The lease simply probably says what the penalties are for breaking the lease. It doesn't talk about procedures.
Well, I think it did. I think at least what he says is if they give him a 60 day.
They didn't even have a reason to evict when he
Right.
was up to date.
Exactly. That's one of the big things, and then they charge him for the eviction fee. Right.
It doesn't even make sense.
That's the biggest thing that I see.
Did the court support the eviction?
Local food and beverage? If the answer is
It doesn't make sense.
Did they? No. I don't think they showed up. I couldn't remember. I don't think they showed up to the eviction yet to ask that.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Gonna be a warmer day, partly sunny skies. High
But you know, one of the things they did hit this thing within the 60 days after for their damages and everything. But he said he didn't get it till like November. But the date of the letter is the 1st for the security deposit.
Questions and skills tests will help you see beyond the resume. Post your next job at Indeed.com/hire.
I think I would try to go after that if they didn't send it, because this 10-1 is exactly 60 days.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I can see why he was very upset when he contacted us. I'm a consumer advocate, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. If you're listening to us online or anywhere else, we have a huge downloaded audience, or audience that downloads us or streams. 303 Martino, you can call 24/7. It's also very important to say that you can reach us at 303 Martino. And then the other one is the Insurance Help Center today till 4 o'clock. Please call this number if you have any questions on health insurance until 4 o'clock. Integra Insurance will answer any and all questions, even concerning Medicare and supplements and Medicare Advantage, eligibility for Medicaid, and also any other health insurance you need. They can help you pick one, and they do a
Great job, and the fuse is short. You got to get in there if you want to start January 1st. 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. I also have Panacea Life Sciences with us for CBD stuff. We've had a lot of questions on that we'll get to as well, and I want to simplify that a lot. But here's the deal. I know why Jeff is upset now, and I know why he was upset with me when we were talking before I got this paperwork. He is being jacked around big time. But so I want to sum this up. Basically, he was willing to pay the 2-month penalty plus the last month rent easily. That's what he was going to pay. And then they socked him with tons of other bills. I mean, and what I don't understand is, how do they justify filing an eviction when you had been up to date on your rent? What was the reason for eviction? That you were thinking of moving? I mean, what was the actual filing date of the eviction? When did they actually file eviction?
July 2nd.
July. How could they? At that point, you were not behind in any rent. What reason did they give?
Right. They didn't. They just basically
they actually went to the court. They went to the court and filed an eviction.
That's right.
When you were totally up to date. And did you contest the eviction?
That's right. I filed a countersuit that said, all I want is for you guys to accept the money and leave me alone.
Right.
And so they dropped the case and are now coming back for more fees on top of that.
Well, hold on. So they dropped the eviction. They dropped the eviction, but the wrongful eviction that they started, they charged you for.
That's right.
This doesn't make any sense. And your normal rent is $1,825, and you are willing to pay the 2-month penalty as specified in your lease, plus the other last month you were there on August, and all would have been well. These other charges, there's no way they can get them. So what's going on now? Where does it stand right now? I don't see how they can just add. They have random charges here, just $80. What are these for? Or $50, 50 plus 50, plus then there's another one for 80. What are these? Do they say what they are?
No, $180 is legitimate late fees, $10 per day until the 18th when I offered to pay them. But the $50 demand notice fee is a fee just for talking to them.
All right, listen.
And so every time
listen, landlords can't just do this. This burn management group, they're crazy. So they took. Here's what I would do, okay? Did they take your deposit and apply it?
Yes.
How much of your deposit?
All of it.
Well, I mean, how much was it?
For $2,000, they took all of the $2,000 and applied it to what they said I owed.
Now, here's what I would do. You owed at the end the 50-something in rent. I would subtract I got it. and they would have you would owe $34.75 after applying the $2,000. I would pay them that.
Okay.
And then this is what I would do. I would do this. As specified in the rent, here is what I owe. And then I put down, this is what I would do. August for the last month, plus late fee, plus whatever. You're going to owe a little more than $34.75. There's the late fee for August. That's it. Then I would say minus my deposit. Here is the balance. Then the rest is just up to you and a judge when they try to sue you for the rest. I would simply defend myself. You don't complicate your story, Jeff. You simply were willing to pay the penalty and the last month rent and even the late charge while you were arguing. And they filed an eviction for no reason whatsoever, charged you legal fees, charged you every time they talked to you. I don't see how a judge can simply uphold these charges. They're ridiculous. We need to talk to Byrne. I don't know why.
I did. I left him a message, and I talked to an office lady, and she never called
okay.
back.
We need to, we'll try to talk to him for you, but this is crazy.
Hey, Jeff, when did you actually get that security deposit letter? Because it's dated 10/1, which is within 60 days, but I thought you said you didn't get it till like November.
November 18th.
So he got it November 18th, but it's dated the 1st of October.
Well,
and that's pretty regular for them.
Yeah, but here's the deal. If you want to split hairs over that, you can, but I would rather just make it easy for the judge. You can say, and on top of everything, they were late, even telling me about the deposit. But, man, I'll tell you.
Well, it's triple damage time 2,000.
Yeah, but that's a whole different battle on a whole different front. So he's got, in my opinion, it's too, I don't know what you do. If you fight that and that alone, go ahead, fight it. I don't think, and Dan, I really mean this. I don't think you can combine those battles because I don't think any judge, they're going to rule for the landlord only because it's too complicated. I'm telling you, this is how court works. We don't want to hear this, but he would say, wait a minute, you're saying this and this and this, and then they didn't send this in time, and you left early, and I'm telling you, in my opinion, it's too much to do all of them. I would do one at a time, or either one or the other. I would simply say, here's what I owe you. Here's the money. Once you pay that, then you can initiate the other one for the deposit in small claims court. Okay. The fact that they were late. But if it was dated that, you're going to have to prove, did you keep the envelope?
Yes.
Okay.
Dated November 18th.
Well, guess what? Wow, that is really good. So, Jeff, that's what I would do then. I would do the first one and send them the check. That shows good faith, even though they might have to pay it right back to you. Then I'd initiate a suit for treble damages.
So that's 2,050 times 3 there.
2,050. Yeah, you notified me late. And I know why. I know why they're going to say they were late. They were saying they had ongoing discussions. But
then why did it date it on the 1st? The letter's dated on the 1st.
Because they're going to say they were meaning to send it out on the 1st, but they had ongoing discussions. I'm saying that I think the judge is going to rule you had notice in fact because you've been talking to them the whole time. That's what I think. But you know what? Don't let me decide. Do it. But the first things first, I would lay out the math in such a simple fashion that anyone can see it. People, I've told you this before, the people who win in court are the ones who explain it to the judge most clearly. It's not even necessarily the party that is right. A judge wants to see a clear and concise argument that he or she understands. So I put what I owe, subtract the deposit, submit the balance. Once that's done, then take up a separate issue on the deposit.
This is Denver's
Call the
top
owner of
station.
my trash company. Just tell them, Dan, I had to call the owner of our trash company. They're pretty big hallways huge. They're in California.
On the letter,
right.
But it's a postmark on the envelope. The guy was really smart.
Keep that.
No. I would go in there, just like you say, you're right. Keep it simple, and not only that, is it might go above the 7,500 too. Whereas the triple damages is 6,000, yeah, 150.
We got to do something interactive soon, guys.
What do you mean?
Just something in somebody's face. We got to do something like we used to do.
I agree.
We got to get a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe we do it with this that company, that the mold company.
Okay,
but I don't know. Maybe actually a setup. Maybe we should find someone in this area, put a few cameras up.
Go to her house and have them come back to 5.
Unless they already know about it.
And that's where you confront them.
Well, no, I thought you called them.
I did, yes. I spoke to the office manager.
What'd she say?
She's going to call the owner. I said, get back to us by 2 o'clock today or by 2 o'clock tomorrow, or else we're just going to...
Rocky's Autos, 63rd and Federal. Rocky's. You want to talk about four-wheel drives, front-wheel drives right now? This is the time, and Rocky's has a huge selection at 63rd and Federal, Monday through Friday, 9 to 7, Saturdays, 9 to 6. They're family-friendly, kid-friendly. There's a place for the kids to play. There's pinball machines, even pet-friendly, but here's the bottom line. They are financing-friendly with 40 lenders to choose from. That means you get to choose a lender, and they start the loan and finish the loan before you take off. Everything is decided. You'll know exactly what to put down, exactly what your monthly payment is, and you're approved before you leave. The better thing is trade-in values as well, because they want to sell your trade right on the lot, and they also have no pressure, because they know eventually they'll have what you need. Their inventory changes often, so check them out. All they ask is that they be part of your shopping trip. Shop around, but put them on the list. 303-426-4646, 63rd and Federal, Rocky'sAutos.com.
Continue to drop. Have you
Dan,
taken advantage
did we
of
get a
your
copy
still
of the lab
where
report from that lady?
No, I haven't seen it. Maybe Rock got
Yeah,
it.
why don't you have Rock send it?
Okay, we can do it, or I'll call that
For the
Cindy.
life of me, I can't figure out why on your end.
That would be a good one if you just take pictures of all that, and then do this
Pictures of nothing.
Of the fog,
Amazing to me
get
how
some
simple
things
it
of
is.
what the fog does.
And you guys
Yeah,
use
but
Panacea Life Sciences.
But now they
Kills bugs.
And
look at the reviews. They
I
got
asked
reviews.
no less,
let's see if they call back.
25 or 30
Dan, let's
people.
get a copy of the lab report.
No one knows. The people you want, they don't know how to spell it.
Gotcha.
I can't get this across.
I think we bought the
I'm
domain.
telling you, what's that?
I think we bought the domain. We just have to
I
point
gave
it
it
back.
to you.
Yeah.
Which one?
I gave you that domain. I transferred it over.
Okay.
You have it. It absolutely forwards. But I noticed on some of the emails I got, it had Panacea Life Sciences.
They spell it wrong.
Well, if they provide the link in an email, that's okay. You just click on it. But God, did I have to learn the hard way that anything at all, anything to disrupt, it's like squirrel. It's like people just go away and they don't return from something so simple. Online stuff is
no hassle application.
This cyber
the attention span of folks these days is
and spelling.
Every nook and cranny around it.
Also, when people put 4 in their address, FOR or FOUR or the number 4, you're dead. Once you do that,
or
unless you own them all.
Or 2.
Yeah, unless you own them all. That would be good.
Hey Jamie, what was your Friday special?
So it's still going through today. 75% off the gummies, fast, and the 15 big soft.
Wow, you bring that up. You hear that?
50% off on everything else. We want people to try it.
Yes, absolutely. I think, yeah, we need to. Yeah, that's a great.
We do have one of your listeners from Palmer Lake who calls me on a weekly basis. He's got fibromyalgia, and we just figure out how to get it right. So.
What do you mean, get what right, Phil?
Well,
what to give her?
Well, we've been sending her free stuff to try and figure out how we can help her out. But her pain levels are so
she's not getting any relief.
That sucks.
TMS is a drug-free, non-invasive.
So we had a caller call in, and he said his arthritis was so bad he had to cut his wedding ring off. He went to Panacea Life. He actually went to your place in Golden.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I can't remember his name. Do you remember?"
I can't. We've had more people from this show actually show up and ring the doorbell.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
wow.
crazy. So if I'm the only one in the office, I'll walk out and talk to the folks, and then we'll get taken care of.
You want to hear a horrible story? I had a girlfriend, literally, suffering from fibromyalgia really bad, and she had back pain. We went to Las Vegas.
Colorado Tinnitus and
OD'd
Hearing Center can help you. They help you.
I found her dead in the bathtub.
What?
When I went in to take a piss. Yeah, we went to Vegas together. She had a fentanyl patch on. She took some oral meds. She said, "I'm going in to get dressed for dinner." And I walked in about a half an hour later. She's my girlfriend, yeah. She said, "I'm getting ready for dinner." I'm going to Vegas.
She's not still dead.
What?
She's not still dead.
Yeah. No, so I found her in the bathroom.
His girlfriend
I was doing CPR, calling 911.
Holy cow. I thought he was revived.
Well, we were really getting close.
Shit.
It was how long? Just about 3 years ago. And you know, she goes in, so I'm taking back to get ready for dinner. Right after the Masters, so I'm watching TV. You know, when a woman says she's going to get ready for dinner, you don't think about the I go in there and take a picture.
Went to school with her.
A
couple really weird chicks.
And that was out of town.
It was in Vegas.
What a terrible thing to deal with. Terrible.
And then the cops come in, because it's a crime scene.
Yeah. Hi, Tom
Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I'm trying to get some people who have been waiting a long time. Remember, our help center on anything health insurance related is 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. And Nancy, go ahead, Nancy, what's happening?
They'll be able to get out right
Nancy?
away and get you
Hello?
an estimate or
What's going on, Nancy?
Oh, Sergeant. Hi, I hired a contractor to do a roofing and siding project.
Yes, Nancy.
And both of those projects are on the same contract.
Yeah. And what's going on?
So he took off the siding on November 20th in the morning, and that 6 hours later there was a snowstorm. So the siding was taken off, and 2/3 of the Tyvek was put on, and so the upper third of the sheathing was exposed to water.
Okay, so the Tyvek was only on the bottom?
Yes, only on 2/3.
Partial Tyvek. Okay, so was there water damage?
Well, it was exposed to water.
And for those listening, Tyvek is just it's a very hardy, strong, nice wrap over plywood that they put on before they put on siding or anything. So what's the extent of the damage? What is really wrong right now?
Okay, so when they put the Tyvek on, they didn't put any sealers around the window, the door, or on the corners. It was only one side of the house, 500 square feet, where they took it off. So there's been 4 snowstorms where there have been areas that have been exposed to a lot of water. And he won't take any responsibility for it. I've asked him to give me in writing what kind of remediation he's going to do.
All right, so did they put siding? First of all, did your roof get done?
Yes, my roof is done, and that's
okay.
fine.
And the siding, did they try to finish?
Well,
not the roofing, the siding. Did they finish the siding? To their mind. I mean,
no.
I know. Okay.
No, he says that I canceled the contract, which I didn't.
Well, okay, but they're still not allowed to keep your money.
Well, he doesn't have any money yet. I haven't paid him.
Okay, so they're claiming that you canceled the siding part of it.
Yes.
Okay, so what do they propose you do? Did they think you're going to hire someone else?
For the siding, I guess so.
So if I look at your house right now, it's still like that, partial Tyvek and partial paper, and that's it.
There's Tyveks on the whole side of the house. They did put Tyveks on the area.
It's Tyvek, Tyvek, but not that it matters, but just so people understand. So there's partial Tyvek and water damage. If a professional goes there, will they say, "Oh, you definitely have water damage"?
I think so, yes.
Well, that's what we have to determine. We really have to determine that first. And if he's willing to walk away from that and not charge you for the siding, it's probably better that you get another company, because right now you don't trust these guys anyway.
Yes, but I'm concerned about the mold.
I understand that. First of all, mold is only going to be there with a constant source. So let me just explain this. Even though there are nuts out there that are going to tell you that your entire house is ruined and it's going to be ruined for life, it's not true. Here's what you deal with mold. If mold came from a one-time short-term exposure to moisture like this, and you go in and remediate the mold and then stop the water with putting the siding on properly, you'll never have another problem. If that's the case. But what is in there already may not even be mold if it wasn't constantly exposed and had all of the ingredients it needs. Then even if it was mold, it most likely is not toxic mold. So the mold part is going to be a minor problem, if any. But you do have to make sure you don't have any for sure. But you need to also find out, in addition to mold, what other damages do you have to replace the plywood? I don't know. We need an expert to look at your house to say, this is what needs to be done. If all of your sheathing needs to be removed and then put up new sheathing, or the top part of the sheathing needs to be removed, then that's what they're responsible for. But here's the deal. They're going to claim it was an act of God, and they're not responsible. They were not negligent. You better be ready for this, Nancy, because there is a very remote possibility that if they were moving in normal, business, and they're putting up the Tyvek and it snows suddenly, and they had to walk off the job, that they're not negligent. That doesn't sound right to me. It sounds like they could have at least dried it in, waiting for the snow to subside. What was it? What are they saying? I know they're not saying, well, forget you, we walked off, the water's not our responsibility. They must have given you a reason.
They didn't give me any reason. See, when he initially started, he didn't have a permit, nor was he licensed to do the siding.
You know what? Even though that's a big deal to you, that's not going to matter for your damages claim, okay? I know you're trying to now what I call heap on the bad guy stuff, but it doesn't matter. What matters now, were they negligent? Did they cause the damage? Or was it snow that they had no control over? When did the snow come? That day, that hour, that minute? When did the snow come?
6 hours after they started the siding project.
Okay. Were they on the job when the snow came?
Yes.
Okay. What did they do wrong?
Well, they didn't seal around the windows.
But they were in the process of doing the siding job.
No, they didn't. Well, they put the trim around the windows, but they didn't seal the Tyveks.
Okay. They installed the siding already?
No.
No, then they didn't seal. Then they didn't trim the windows. You trim the windows after the siding's put up. So what do you mean they trimmed the windows and didn't seal it?
Well, I mean that they didn't put a seal around the Tyvek.
Okay, I understand. Where the Tyvek meets the window.
Yes.
Okay. They're supposed to, where it meets, they're supposed to caulk or something around there, seal it, right?
Right.
Okay. But they were am I right in assuming, but they were still in the process of installing the Tyvek. Here's how they do it. They install all the Tyvek, then they go around to the windows and seal them. Then they put on the siding, then they trim the window. Okay? So they're going to argue they were in the process of installing the Tyvek when the snow came, that they did nothing wrong.
Yeah, but they didn't. That's not how they did it.
How'd they do it?
They put the Tyvek on. They just put the Tyvek on with staples.
Right. That's how it's put on.
And then they've already put some of the trim around the windows.
What do you mean that?
Before they put the siding on.
What do you mean they put trim around windows before the siding? You mean that the trim pieces around the? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
So it's still up there now.
Yes. And
can
you
you please take a picture? You need to take a picture of the windows that they trimmed out without siding. Please do that for us. I'm serious. We need an expert to go to your house.
Well, that'd be great.
We need an expert to look at, where's your house located?
In Arvada.
Okay. We need someone to look, and we need to pick one, Daff. Before you pick one, let's just decide on who. But I am really puzzled as to what they did. But Nancy, you better listen, because I don't think you're hearing what I'm saying about this. They may not have been negligent. If the snow came suddenly, it's an act of God. It is a storm. If people are working and in the middle of it, something happens, it's not necessarily their fault. Now, and they don't necessarily owe you all new plywood. If you're building a house, for example, and weather comes, they're not responsible for every step of the way if an act of God interferes with them. Now, in this case, they could be negligent. They could have maybe taken steps not to let the snow do more damage. I don't know that. So hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
Just getting reports of a possible crash blah, blah, blah. And I'd also like to know if they can send an expert there to look at this house to see what was done and does it really need salvaging.
Got a crash being cleared still on the north end, northbound I-25 at Thornton Park.
I'm a little confused. Does she still have no siding on?
That's what
it sounds like.
I can't believe they would just allow that with just with the T-back.
Watch out for delays there.
Mark, she's claiming they trimmed out the windows.
Right, before the siding.
Tonight it's going to be mostly clear overnight, a little
Unless
29.
it's
Right
sealed.
now, partly cloudy and 54.
Unless they just take it off and put it back.
Was it K&H?
630 K-How.
No, you only want to use the best route to drive across town. So do the same when you need to hire. Indeed provides hiring managers with great staff and the best
must have done windows and
customized
everything.
solutions on screener questions and skills tests will help you see beyond the resume.
Might be
Post your
confusing
next
the
job at
frame with the
Indeed.com/hire.
That could be.
The Raleigh House is an addiction treatment facility. In fact, the RaleighHouse.com, they have a few facilities around the Denver metro area and one in a rural setting. But before you even think about addiction treatment for drugs and alcohol, illegal and legal drugs, here's the deal. They want you to be informed on addiction, on what it is, and what treatment is like there at the Raleigh House, and what other treatment is available in the market, and what it all costs, and what insurance covers, and how do you approach an addict in your life, and what are the specific triggers, especially this time of year. If you have an addict in your life, or if you're an addict, get information first. If the Raleigh House is a fit, they would love to serve you. TheRaleighHouse.com. Call as much as you want for confidential, accurate information. 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722. That's 720-730-9722. TheRaleighHouse.com.
Hey, Carol, you look great. Have you changed your workout routine? I have.
So, Jamie, did you guys end up getting a farm?
Yeah.
You got it.
You know, I'm going to sue.
Mark, don't you agree?
I'm going to sue my
We're-
fucking trash company.
Crawford?
Don't you agree, Mark,
Okay.
that
What's
so
in
much of
Colorado?
the
So
process
this next year will be the first year you're actually growing now?
of
That's great. That's
installing
great.
Yeah, so we'll be able to plant about 250 acres.
And on a big
That's
snow,
and you get about 2,000 pounds per acre, so
they're
about
not
500,000
necessarily
pounds.
responsible for all the damage.
If
What
they
do
knew
you
the
get
weather
for
was
oil
going to
out
be
of
bad.
I know, but
2,000,
who
you're saying
knows?
2,000 pounds of oil?
You get about 2,000 pounds of hemp biomass.
Okay.
Yeah, but if
Come
the
out and take a
forecast,
tour,
like last
all this
week,
stuff
calling
makes
for
sense.
fucking
And it
12
takes about
plus
25
inches of
pounds
snow,
to 35
they'd be
pounds
morons
to get a kilo of oil.
Mark, it
So
happens
it's
all
35 pounds
over.
to get a kilo
They didn't
of
leave
oil?
it overnight.
25 to
In other words,
35
they were
pounds.
working
Okay,
on it
okay.
that
Wow.
day,
And so-
and the snow came. So I don't know.
We're
So
scaled.
Mark is saying if they
And so now
use
we're working on the
snow,
documentation
They
actually to
shouldn't
be
even
certified
start. I
organic.
understand that.
So you can do it all
I don't
organic,
think
which is
Jay
probably
would have
fairly
gone out
easy
last
to
week
do
and started a
organic
roof
with that, 'cause
knowing the snow was coming.
Well, you see,
Wouldn't
the
you
thing
agree?
is that the crop itself can be organic.
I mean, a roof's a little
Okay.
different,
But
granted,
the
but
facility has to be organic.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Does the FDA actually do anything on that, or you just want to
And
make
the
sure that
definition
all
of
your
negligence
stuff
the
is
USDA.
It's not
Oh,
necessarily
really?
organic.
Okay.
The
You're not supposed
FDA
to be
is
fussing
more about
about
safety in terms of how
Say
you
it again?
manufacture.
Okay.
The definition of
Gotcha.
negligence
So I'm
is
up
way
to my
stronger than just
eyebrows in
I'll bet.
government
You
regulation
have-
crap
I bet
right
you
now.
are.
So,
Negligence is way harder.
So-
That's really cool. Like,
I mean, now there's professionals.
yeah, and we just
like, come on, guys.
closed a deal with a
You
major
know,
investor
the
that we
weather
can't talk
pattern
about yet, but they'll be
was the
announcing that either
siding
tomorrow or
already torn
Wednesday.
off and they
And
had
the
to
farm is
go
in
in
what
and
county, or what city?
It's in Delta County
What
proper.
is a contractor?
So the farm is called Needle Rock Farms.
It's really complicated.
And so we've been working with this guy
Just
for
because
the last
something
3 years,
happens doesn't mean it's
Right.
negligent.
and finally able to.
No different than what I did.
He sees the light at the end of the tunnel about why it made sense for us to acquire his property. So,
Oh, okay, good. So you didn't hope it wasn't closing you over barrel.
What did you do?
it was a win-win agreement.
Or should you have known?
Great.
Yeah.
Now you get everything from the
and who
You
pays.
control the whole
John
process.
Fuller is someone
Correct.
you should
There's
talk
there's
to.
no gaps
Free
in
of
the supply
charge,
chain,
complimentary
all the way
if he
from
takes
seed
the case.
to
It's
finished product.
only payable if he
You're that
pays
time
a
the firm
small
went through and they got, maybe you're not supposed to say it. We're on.
No, you
Okay,
can say it.
okay, okay. So they'd be growing all their stuff from seed all the way to the process. That's cool. Yeah.
With the IRS,
Controlling every aspect.
10,000 in back taxes.
I'm a control
Listen to
freak.
this important public announcement. The IRS is now offering a special program called the Fresh Start Initiative, which can offer significantly reduced settlements that can reduce your liability by
So when this thing happened
Did
with
she
my
send
girlfriend,
pictures of the trim windows?
the cops treated it as a crime scene.
Oh, wow.
So they said, we got to interview as a suspect.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah,
That's shocking.
I know. They said, they were pretty nice about it, but we got it,
Please call
it was
the
an
consumer
unexpected
hotline
death.
to see if you
And we got to prove it, we got to talk to you, make sure you seem drama. Seriously.
What would be the motive to begin with?
No, they were nice about it. So we got to go through the steps.
So they had to take a, what do you call it?
A statement and, everything.
We had to check her lungs, I'm sure.
Well, no, I mean, as soon as I was doing CPR, and then as soon as the EMTs came, I backed away, and they said, you take over. And then that's when the cop said, you gotta.
Were you really upset? I mean, like,
Oh, you can do LASIK.
No, I'd be
experts at LASIK. They have done
I was
hundreds of
sitting on
thousands
beside
of
myself.
LASIK
Oh, yeah.
procedures.
So then the cops said, you gotta get out of here because
where you'll never
crime
get
scene.
cataracts,
Crime
they'll never
scene.
need glasses,
You
they'll
gotta go to
never
another
tint
room.
or yellow, they'll never
couldn't
wear
take
out,
any of
you'll
your
have
stuff.
like bionic eyes.
Well, after
Forensic
everything
Shades,
was
that's
done.
what I did. Perfect Vision, Icon, eyecare.com.
I know. Terrible. Wow.
Was it at the beginning, the end, or the middle?
No, it was the middle of the, we're gonna be there for 4 days, it's on day 3.
Oh, God.
You could hear Dan Kaplan's
And did you know what
I agree, Mark. We were talking this summer and stuff. We were going to try to do something every week.
What?
What do you mean?
They wouldn't let me.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean later.
Maybe that's not realistic.
People love that shit.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. Listen, folks, what I'm trying to make a point here, and this is really important. Negligence is not just because it happens. Did they contribute to it? To the damage to the house, if the house is damaged, or did they cause it? Well, they certainly didn't cause it, but there's a lot to be considered. Should they have started the job if snow was imminent? Maybe not. Or was it not imminent? And then when they tore it off, it looked really bad, and then they had to get it back on. I mean, all of this comes into consideration. I can't decide whether they were negligent, and then they claim she canceled the contract. But Nancy, do they feel they're responsible for any damages? First of all, we don't know there are damages, but do they feel responsible for anything?
None.
None. Okay. And
Did her insurance company say anything? Did you turn it in?
And that's who would really be responsible. Your insurance will pay for damages. This is a classic insurable thing. You know that, right?
No, well, no, it wasn't clear. I have a call into my broker.
Okay.
I haven't heard back
now,
from her.
listen, when did this happen?
The project started November 20th. See, the contractor didn't have a permit. It took him 10 days to get a permit.
Nancy, okay. You keep saying this, and listen, I understand that. But as crazy as this sounds, if he had illegal immigrants working, if he didn't have a permit, if he didn't have it doesn't matter when it comes to the negligence part. Okay? It just adds to it. Of course you can mention all that, but a lot of people get screwed up talking about that, especially when it comes to breach of contract. The bottom line here is, did they cause damages to your home due to negligence? The permit has nothing to do with that at all. Nothing. And I don't know why you keep saying it took 10 days. What difference does that make?
That's why.
Yeah, she's pissed. So here's the deal, though. I don't want you to get messed up by hanging on to things that don't matter, unless you said they tore off the siding and they didn't have a permit to start putting new siding up and waited 11 days because they didn't have a permit, and that's why it got damaged. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So they tore off the siding, and the reason they didn't put new siding up is because they had to wait for a permit.
Yes, I'm the one who asked them if they had a permit. I didn't realize when they first started they didn't have a permit.
Now, this is way different.
For the roof.
Hold on, this is way different. So the 11 days you're talking about, your house was open to the weather.
It still is.
Okay. So Why did they stop to go get a permit?
I bet she called the county.
Why did they stop in the middle?
Because I asked them if they had a permit.
Oh, shoot. You know what, Mark? That, believe it or not,
this might be her issue.
Hold on. Did you tell them to stop until they get a permit? Nancy, did you tell them to stop working until they got a permit?
I don't think so.
Why did they stop then?
That sounded a little iffy.
If they were working on this the whole time, why would they suddenly stop and wait 11 days for a permit? Did you demand that they have a permit before they continue?
I just asked them if they had a permit.
And then they stopped for 11 days?
Yes.
All right. Now, see, this is getting so complicated.
Wait till I tell you about Holloway.
Hold on.
You don't know what tomorrow will bring. You should be...
Oh, my God. Okay.
That's why we free our...
I wouldn't...
Listen. But you know what? We're not going to continue this. Here's what we're going to do. We need to ask K&H to send an expert out there to see first
where is she?
There damage. But I need to get K&H on to talk to now.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's not... K&H is actually...
She's trying to find someone. They do
I think they're in on
not... They only do the whole all-siding. They don't do repairs.
That's not
I'm not
what we're
asking for repairs. I'm asking for an expert.
I know, and somebody's calling. She's looking for someone.
Okay, but I don't want them to repair it. I don't want them to repair it.
Well, someone's going to have to do it.
How much damage does she say was in it?
She doesn't even know if there's damage.
She doesn't even know. And you know what, Mark? Truthfully, there probably isn't. I mean, you would be shocked at how wet something would get. You leave it fucking dry.
Right.
As long as it's not being constantly fed, mold goes away.
Exactly, but they're going to have to let it dry now to make sure it dries out, I would think. Otherwise, you're putting siding up against wet stuff.
And then what about mitigation? That's another thing. I mean, we got so many issues.
Maybe we should do it realistic every 2 weeks. Is what we should do.
ABC News. I'm Clayton saying
maybe what?
Every 2 weeks we should say we have to put in objectives.
House Judiciary Committee is scheduled to hold its first hearing Wednesday.
Or twice a month.
For what then?
Go out there and try to do a live feed of a scumbag or something.
Oh, you mean like caught on camera kind of stuff?
Yeah.
might want to participate, especially if you can present evidence that others are saying
They like it when they go live, and then they see it.
The president's not happy with the timing. The hearing takes place when...
But like I said, you know, I want to see that lab report.
No, I'll
when they get it, because she's saying that there was mold, and if we have a lab report saying there's not, they can't argue with the lab report.
Right, and that's what Rock said.
Right.
It didn't say anything.
Right.
So he took the lab report, or they took the lab report, and I thought she had said the same lab did the, didn't she say that before? It was a lab.
No,
also did the
same people.
mitigation?
Yeah, it was. No, not the lab. It was the same people that took the test.
Okay. Right. Well, still the lab report didn't say anything about any mold whatsoever.
Right.
In the rock.
That's what. But she said they have a lab report showing there's mold, and I said, well, we have a lab report showing there's no mold.
Oh, she.
There might have been mold, but. Well, maybe it wasn't.
That's not what Rock said.
Well, they took samples of the mold though. That's what they sent out to get tested. So there was mold, but it doesn't mean it was. It was all within levels. There was nothing wrong with the mold.
I thought they took air samples. They didn't actually scrape. It's air samples.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
A woman is recovering in a hospital after she was...
Well, I would guess anywhere you went, you would get some mold if it's an air sample.
Right, and that's what Rock said. There's not enough that's above normal.
But it's like THC.
Maybe they have a little squirt bottle of mold.
It's less than 3 parts per million.
But what they told her, they had not only mold, but they had toxins.
Right. That's what we.
Financial progress by giving you free.
I don't know if she went and got a different sample or what. That's what. No. I got it. She works at night.
You know, don't you feel sad for these people that start fights and go into these stores?
Actually, it's really fun to do it.
Cannot solve the eternal questions surrounding.
I feel so bad that that $100 makes that much difference in their life.
It's not even $100 a lot of times.
Or whatever it is. You gotta feel sad for them if they,
But the holidays wait for no
Well,
one.
George Costanza's dad and stuff. He got him big. Seinfeld.
Oh, yeah, right.
We talk about them like they're real.
That's how he started Festivus.
Yeah, I know.
Airing grievances?
Yeah.
So winter feats of strength?
So it was Feats of Strength and what was it? And the aluminum pole.
Yeah,
Right.
but the two events
Yeah,
are airing grievances.
grievances, Feats of Strength.
Feats of strength.
Feats of strength.
I got a problem with you people!
What I'm saying is, you can bend over.
I like his boss happens to be there. You know, no one would believe it either. Some employee tells you. You don't understand, I celebrate Festivus. It's real. It's all too real.
You do it 62 or 61.
How did it start? How did Festivus start?
That's because
I didn't realize they had a mark on these.
George's dad basically wanted to combine everything together and wanted his own holiday.
Right? He was buying George a doll, and he rang down blows on this woman.
And they were both grabbed for it.
The
and
same
stuff,
doll.
and he just goes, said, "There's got to be a way, a better way." So was born Festivus.
For the rest of us.
My son wanted it. He thinks that's the third holiday you can get presents for. You know, we celebrate Hanukkah, Christmas, and now he wanted a Festivus present.
Did he really? But I don't think they gave presidents at Festivus, did they? They just did the Aaron
That's
Green
African
and
American holiday. I think it was.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they did gifts though. I don't think for Festivus, did they? Did they do gifts?
Nope.
I think it was just
Just aluminum pole.
Aluminum pole, Aaron Grievous. So you're a big Seinfeld dude? You like Seinfeld?
I think all life actually can be explained in the Seinfeld episode.
Absolutely. That's why they say it's about nothing, and we didn't say it. It's not really about nothing because
everything.
It's about everything.
And I was raining down
The blows, yeah.
I forgot that one.
And they go flashback
And
into the ball.
I think the doll was broken, Bob. I mean, I think it was all, how they say it.
In response to the festival, in response to the commercialism of Christmas.
But you know what? 90% of the blacks in the United States are Christian.
Well,
right?
But I don't think this has anything to do with
No,
that.
what I'm saying is, it's not as if Christmas is a white holiday.
Many people celebrate Kwanzaa, they say. Really? I've never met one.
Oh, celebrates who?
Kwanzaa.
Oh.
Many people celebrate both.
But
Kwanzaa is not religious, it's cultural.
Right.
Yeah, that could be. I don't know what the percentage is.
But you know, Christmas isn't a racial holiday. 90% of blacks are Christians, right? So they celebrate Christmas.
Well, even people who aren't Christians celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Everybody celebrates Christmas. Well,
not Costanza. So was
9 reasons why 20,000 Broncos fans didn't show up for the game Sunday.
Oh, really?
It looks pretty empty.
Was it too cold?
20,000. Great weather.
The attendance was 55,000.
Wow.
Well, Thanksgiving weekend, snowstorm, and continued cold weather along with poor play were the lead excuses.
So what was
it was sunny and 40 degrees at kickoff.
No, but the new quarterback played too, right?
Yeah.
He did really good. What's his name? Luck?
Drew Lock.
Lock.
Drew Lock.
He's not needed. I mean, his experience.
No, I don't think. Has he played before?
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
I don't think he's
First
ever
start.
played.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
Lock.
Lock.
Not Andrew
Not
Luck.
Oh, I thought it was Andrew.
But you know what? They're gonna figure out his
quit
tendencies.
football.
I did too at first.
No,
No, he quit football.
When they were talking, when they were talking about that, I thought that was him. That is amazing.
The Troubleshooter.
He did pretty good, man. He threw an interception or two.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now listen, let's talk. What's going on in your life right now? You got a help center going on till 4 o'clock, 303-771-HELP. Anything to do with health insurance. Free information, plentiful information, especially with Medicare and supplements, Medicare Advantage, anything to do with Medicaid, and anything to do with independent health insurance companies. We also want to say that we have CBD with us. That means we have Panacea Life Sciences with us, and they have some very special deals going on right now I want to let you know about before we go on, because these are incredible deals. How long? All day? Is it all week? How long does this go on, Jamie?
It's going to last through midnight tonight.
Through midnight in celebration of Cyber Monday. What are you doing?
So we're doing 75% off on our gummy line and our 15 milligram soft gels, as well as our fast product, which is a sublingual tablet.
But everything is spelled out on the website if they go there?
That's correct.
75% off.
That's massive.
Yeah. That's realcbdthatworks.com. realcbdthatworks.com. Incredible. And I'll even give out that number later on. So if you have a pen ready, I'll do it. And here's the bottom line. People ask us all the time, I don't know what to get. There's so many different products, blah, 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 blah. And Jamie, I hope I'm saying this right, but here's what I said. Basically, if you were assured that you had pure CBD, full spectrum oil with you, and also isolate oil, meaning with and without THC. If you had 2 pure samples of the oil with THC, without THC, and everything in it was pure, you would have something that works, and anyone who went through the trouble to produce it in a pure, proper way would have an equal product, the oil, because CBD works, okay? The reason Panacea, I say real CBD that works, is because they're one of the few that do it the right way. They're one of the few that do the true dosing the right way. When they say 75 milligrams, they mean it. And then as far as going on your site and being confused, they don't have to be. They can pick whatever product they want because they're all, that's what I'm getting at, they're all pure. They don't have to worry themselves about what to use.
That's exactly right. We go through an extensive process to make sure that before those products go up on the website, that they contain that amount of...
So even if it's a chewable or it's a soft gel, it's going to work.
That's correct.
It's just what do you like is what you should ask. What do you want? Do you want a gummy that you can chew? And then the dosage is important because I notice sometimes a 35 will work for some people and a 75 might work or 2 35s. I mean, it depends. The dosage is what you have to concern yourself with more than anything. And then what you like taking. I mean, is that right?
That's absolutely right.
What about not the controversy, but the debate between, the discussion, I should say, between THC and non-THC? What do you think? I mean, I personally find they both work, and I actually feel the same on both of them. So what is the big hoopla with that?
Well, I mean, having THC in a full spectrum oil, and that's what you're really talking about, is a cannabidiol oil, hemp oil that has a little bit of THC.
Yeah.
It tends to be a little bit more effective for people.
Okay. All right.
Especially when they're
but it's only 0.3%, right?
It's a very small percentage, correct.
Mark?
I got to change gears for a minute.
Okay, if you're going to shift gears.
I'm pissed.
Okay, we can talk about it because I heard you on the phone. What are you upset about?
I'm going to sue my trash company.
Why?
Well, because Holloway sucks, in my opinion.
What happened?
5 times in a row. Our trash day's Friday. 5 times in a row. It either is picked up on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. And you know where I live. That means hauling the trash up and down my long driveway every time because we've got bears and stuff out there.
Now, when you do, no, but when I ask you something, do you have a dumpster that stays there all week and then they pick
No,
it
they're
up
trash cans.
Oh, they're
They're big trash cans. So, they have wheels on them. You roll them up and down. They're big trash cans.
So what's the problem? Oh, you can't keep it out there if they're not going to pick up.
So 5 times. Now, this time what happens? After Thanksgiving, now Holloway is telling me they're not going to pick up my trash till next week. We had 25 people at our house for Thanksgiving.
All right, so
I'm going to sue them.
So what breach of contract?
Oh, definitely breach of contract.
Do they have?
I'm so sick of them. So the manager calls me up. I call the owner. I had to do this about a year ago, and everything was great for a while. The owner's a great guy. Unfortunately, it's a big company. He's in California. He's got some numbskull out here, in my opinion.
Is this a big company?
Holloway's pretty big.
Now, why is it called Holloway? Do they do construction Holloways?
Yes.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
They do cryptic boxes. They do everything. But out here, they should not be in the trash business. As far as residential pickup, they should not be there. So what should I do as far as money? Breach of contract's a no-brainer. What do you think?
It's whatever it costs you to get that dumped.
Yeah.
You know, within reason.
Well, plus all the times they've missed it or were late.
Yeah, I mean, when they're late, you still got the service.
Do you think I'm off base on this? 5 times, and then this time they cancel it altogether.
Here's what I think. If it's inconvenient and you have to haul it up and down, that's a pain in the ass. I don't know if you can calculate damages.
Well, they never tell you. They'll say it's Friday. So then what happens is it's still there at the end of the night, bring it down. Bring it up Saturday, still there at the end of the day, bring it up Sunday.
Well, they don't communicate?
They don't communicate at all. If you use Holloway, at least in Colorado, you're insane. Now, of course, if it's a neighborhood and the HOA's paying for it, I bet all those guys got their stuff picked up. I feel like a big baby, but I'm so pissed right now.
You're saying,
I'm going off the rails.
A common complaint we get is about trash, not just them. We get a lot of complaints about trash pickup, and I'll tell you why. People want service, and one thing I have found out about trash companies, they don't communicate. A lot of them say when there's a holiday, it's always going to be a week. It's always going to be a day later. Many say a day later. Some say 2 days later. The point is this. What damages? The damages are calculated based on what it takes you to get it done. Really.
I know.
No, but I mean, that's the damage.
You know what sucks is I like the owner, and I know he's in a different state. I assume he runs a good ship everywhere else, but he's got a numbskull out here.
Mark, what's your damage other than your time, which isn't worth anything?
My time is at least $300 an hour. It is. It's at least $300 an hour.
You know what? I'd like to know anyone who's ever sued for personal time and gotten it. Now, I think you can under certain circumstances. I've heard of cases where people have done that. Anyway, if anyone else has an idea on how you would calculate your damage, let me know. Also, on CBD, I want to know this. If you say it's between, this is an email. They said, Tom, if it's all equal really in effectiveness, then why so many products? That's a good question. You guys have a lot of choice. Some argue that it confuses them. I say just pick something you like and try it. What about the number of products? How'd you come up with that? And I don't think you have that many. You have gels. You have chewables. I mean, what's the big deal, right? And you have some creams for topicals. Topicals are totally different.
Right.
So what came up? How'd you come up with all the different products?
So effectively, we've got 3 classes of products. We've got tinctures, which are drops you put underneath your tongue. We have soft gels, and we've got a fast-acting sublingual tablet. Now, the reason why we came up with those is that the tablet form does not taste like a hemp oil, which...
No, it doesn't.
Right.
You can chew it.
And you can chew it. And that absorption of the cannabidiol underneath your tongue and inside the surface of your cheek is how you get really good bioavailability, meaning as much that you can get into your system.
All right. What about the gels?
The gels we've actually modified so they have higher bioavailability, but if you just take a competitor product and you swallow it, you're not going to feel an effect. If you take our product and you swallow it, it takes a little bit longer than the sublingual tablets, but the bioavailability in the formulation has been enhanced so that you get a very good effect over about 6 hours.
When you say effect, what kind of effect?
So what people typically will notice is that if they've got an aching pain, it's kind of like taking an aspirin or ibuprofen. You'll feel that pain edge start to go away.
What gives you the good mood?
Which gives you the good mood?
What does? What in it? What is in the cannabinoid, whether it has THC or not, kind of enhances moods?
Well, enhancing moods would be more of a THC function, Tom.
Well, yeah, but I find it happens without THC.
So it's really the cannabidiol actually alleviates your anxiety.
Okay.
So people have high stress levels.
Okay.
And cannabidiol is wonderful for actually making you feel more calm.
Now, Nancy, we're going to not – I want to sum that up, but we're not taking her again, okay? Nancy had the siding problem because they started the siding, for some reason suspended the siding. She got water damage. I want to wait to see if she even has damage. But people, even if her walls got wet and now they dry out, if you do not constantly feed mold, it will not spread and it will not remain. It will eventually die.
Yeah, you kill the food source.
Mold will not sustain itself. So, Nancy, the good news is if it doesn't continually get fed, then it will go away. But, Nancy, you have another problem called mitigation. If you don't do something to mitigate your problem, you can't hold the company responsible for continual damages. Do you understand what I mean? In fact, you probably are already guilty of that. You should have done something to have your house sealed before further damage.
How could I have done that?
Well, you know, Nancy, here's the problem. It's expected. You do it by hiring another company to finish it. You document the damages you have, and then you move on. But look at all I'm saying is this. Whether you like it or not, if somebody, I'm going to give you an analogy. If you have a hole in your roof, or your roof is leaking, so those damn roofers, they better fix this, my house is getting ruined. Once you say that, you have an obligation to find someone to fix it if they don't. And you only have a day or so, and all the damage after that is on you because you did nothing to mitigate. So you have some serious problems. First of all, they're going to claim that you stopped them from continuing the job because you wanted them to have a permit. And guess what? If you did, it wouldn't be their fault. Now, you're going to say, but wait a minute. They need to have a permit. Here's the deal. Even though legally they would need a permit, by stopping them, if you did, I'm not saying you did, if they claim you stopped them, and you wouldn't let them work until they got a permit, or you canceled the job, it's going to be on you. It's not as easy as you're presenting it. I wish it was, but it's not. And for everyone listening, I want you to know something. If you stop a company from doing work and they walk off the job, everything that happens after that is on you, whether you like it or not. So the very first thing we're going to do, Nancy, we have an action plan. We're going to see if you even have damage. Then we're going to see what it takes to finish. And if it takes the same amount of money to finish that a normal siding job would take, then you have nothing to worry about. If you have a lot of mitigation to do and a lot of repair to do, then that's our next step. But that's the first thing. 303-713-TALK. We're over time. We'll be right back with other calls.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
It's Michael Brown.
Do you understand what?
Have received $130 million of
So, Jamie, really, you should say oil is probably the best, right? Because it's the quickest acting, right?
Well, the tablet.
We're done with deciding. I don't even want cases now, but I do want to go out and look at the problem and get rid of the
just swallow it.
So think about it like this, right? Think about you've got pain or you got an acute anxiety attack.
Let's talk about Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, the best retro foam in the business, the best retro insulation in the business. Here's the bottom line. If you have an older home or a home that's under-insulated, you may say, how do I know if it's under-insulated? Well, most homes are, okay? And in fact, if you have regular insulation, you can probably use this. If you really want to make your home more energy efficient, up to 50% more energy efficient, this retro foam, it's a soft foam that injects into the wall. There's no off-gassing. It fills every nook and cranny and compresses back the old insulation. And here's the bottom line. It is not a spray. It is not an epoxy. It goes in and remains pliable. It makes your house 80% more quiet. It's a wonderful insulation that can be done in a day from outside your home without disrupting your living space. If you look at this video, it will sell you on it. It is an amazing product. FoamYourWalls.com. FoamYourWalls.com. For more information, you can also call 720-676-6333.
Ed Green, do you suffer from depression?
So if you need something that acts really quickly, that's what you take. Okay. If you need something that's going to lower your anxiety level, for example, your pain level throughout the day, you take a sonic from depression. Okay. It takes about 30 to 60 minutes to get the CBD level in your system, and then it will last a lot longer.
That 11 to 12 is anything you take orally goes through your digestive system.
It takes longer.
And then has to go be absorbed by your gut. Whereas if you go through it
under the tongue or
on the mucosal surfaces, it goes right into your bloodstream.
You remember I sell them.
No,
that's why
you know, when they give hard packs, they give what do they do? They don't
nitroglycerin.
They give them under the tongue because it works immediately. So your mucosal membranes are very good at absorbing stuff.
Yeah, when I was taking Ambien, that's how I do it. I would just chew it. I would chew it and stuff.
So that's the reason why the different dose formulations is to really try and tighten. So ideally, if you have somebody who's taking Xanax, they should have both the fast product and soft gel. So take a soft gel in the morning. If they start to feel anxiety start to ramp up, and they just take another
and a lower rate can put hundreds of your monthly budget. And
look at those. Look at 11 and 12. Us compared to every other.
So make sure
It's $4. It's amazing.
So high.
It's
Mortgage
amazing.
Consultant can provide you a free mortgage review and help you find the best option for you. No pressure, no obligation.
Why do you think those 2 hours?
You know what else? American Financing doesn't start your
I
loan.
don't feel like
So you choose your refinance benefits and how long you want your
emotional
term to
sentimental.
be.
I don't feel like
Don't
that's
refinance off any longer.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
turn that
yeah,
off
there's no cycle-
with the extra money
psychosomatic
and then give them a call at 303-695-7000.
or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out.
No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down for my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI is manageable.
But to get to the right diagnosis, you have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms.
Visit identifyepi.com to learn more and use the symptom checker to help change the conversation with your doctor. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Simply Floors Inc. That's the website. You go there and save money. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Buddy Mitchell's the owner. Great business philosophy. He wants his salespeople to work and win. He wants his installers to win. He wants the consumer to win. Everyone's happy. That's why you get such great service. Better prices, 20, 30, 40, sometimes even 50%. And great installation and service. SimplyFloorsInc.com. They're at 52nd and Ward. Or make your own appointment at SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, and even replacement windows and doors, you have our word. We'll treat you right at Dunright. 800-362-8370. Call now and let us entice you with 15% holiday savings. 800-362-8370.
Hey, it's JoJo, and I'm inviting KOA radio listeners to the Hawaiian Islands, March the 30th to April the 8th. Enjoy the wonderful attractions, tropical scenery, pay your respects at Pearl Harbor, and discover the Maui Ocean Center. Call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266 for more. This report is sponsored by San Diego City College.
It'll be a warmer day, partly sunny skies, high 49, tonight down to 31, highs tomorrow close to 50. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather.
That is very interesting what you said, though. And you're sure of that. God, that's amazing.
Act now and get a free micro shield when you purchase their exclusive.
Was it from horse's mouth, if you will?
Learn more at invisiblefence.com. That's invisiblefence.com.
630 Was it from the old Betty?
And I saw it. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK.
Listen, we got to move on to a lot of calls, and I want to let you know CBD is in the house. If you have any questions about CBD products, realcbdthatworks.com. Delilah, I'm sorry it took so long. Go ahead, Delilah. And what I wanted to say, here's what I wanted to say about that siding thing. Daff, did you arrange to have K&H go look at it so we can see if she has damage or not? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing her. So,
I'm sorry. Yes, they are going
Delilah,
out tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm
okay,
here.
Delilah, I'm so sorry it took so long. What's going on with you?
So I just have a question.
Yes.
Maybe you can help me because
Yes.
I've called several people. So here's the situation. I moved. Me and my husband and my 4 daughters moved into a house here in Centennial, and we came across this house. We ended up, meeting these people.
When
and they
did
said,
you
okay,
move? When
we're
did you move into the house?
We moved in October 15th.
And did you have a lease?
No, well, yes and no, yes. So what happened? No, I would say no.
Okay, was it when you moved in, did the landlord said move in and you can have it for 6 months or month to month or what?
This person specifically said 6 months. We came across this guy, and he is not even the real owner of the house. We found this out about 5 days ago.
Does he represent the owner? Does he represent the owner?
Not at all.
Okay, so Delilah, you got caught in one of these scams where a guy came in. Did he take money from you?
Oh, yeah, he took a lot of money from me. He was a tenant that lived here.
You know what? We've had this happen before, Delilah, where you're told the house is for rent. They know all about the house. They let you look at the house. They take money. They leave. You're stuck, and the real landlord comes and says, "What the hell are you doing in my house?"
Yeah, I actually it's called Invitation Homes, and I contacted them today. And, you know, I know that they have to go do what they have to do, and there's rules and stuff, but I talked to this lady, and I said, hey, here's the situation. I just found out. I called you before Thanksgiving, but you guys were out. And she was just like...
How did you wait? How did you find out? How did you find out? How did they find out about you to begin with?
Well, I found out by a notice on our door. It was a 10-day notice, and it said that we had to vacate.
Okay.
And I was like, what the hell? I reread it.
Delilah, was it meant for the old owner? How did they know somebody new was in there?
No, it was meant for the person
the old tenant is what I meant. The old tenant. Delilah,
yes.
Is this Invitation Home, is that the name of the landlord?
The property group, yes.
Okay.
They were so rude to me, though. Like,
because you're a squatter, Delilah. In their eyes, you're a squatter. They are not going to recognize, nor do they have to recognize anything that you have with that. The former tenant was a thief. He took money from you and took off. How much did he get from you in total?
He took about $6,200, and I'm sorry, I'm upset, but
listen,
I have 4
Delilah,
daughters,
you, your husband, and how many kids?
We have 4, and they want me out in 2 days.
No. Hold on. $6,200. So that was a deposit plus how much rent?
2 months.
2 months rent. And will they have any mercy on you at all?
Well, that's what I was trying to tell them. I said, I know that, you guys have no idea what's going on, but we're a family that came in this house. Is there a way that we can rent it from you, or you can get our information?
Yeah, well, here's what I want to know, Delilah. If they're renting out the home anyway, guys, could you help me out here? If they're renting out the home anyway, why wouldn't they rent to you?
Exactly my point.
Okay, so the former tenant, for those listening, the former tenant on his way out did a zing. He pretended he owned the place. He took the money and ran. And now she thought she had a home to rent, and it turns out you have no home. It belongs to Invitation Homes. But I still don't understand why, if they know that you were a victim, why won't they just rent to you?
That's what I'm saying. Tom, when I came in this house, I had the carpet shampooed. My kids were excited, and we moved in because it already took us 5-6 months to find a house.
Where were you before this house? Delilah, where were you before this house?
We were staying because we had to move, so we were staying in a hotel. We were spending a lot of money trying to find a house, and we were happy that we finally found.
Do you and your husband have jobs?
Yeah, well, of course, yes.
Okay, no, I wondered, how much is the rent for this house?
$2,400.
What is it really?
$2,400.
No, I mean, this guy, did the Invitation Homes tell you that it rents for $2,400?
Yes.
So I'd like to see the lease that she signed with.
She didn't sign a lease.
Oh, you just did like a handshake deal?
Yeah, she didn't do anything.
Oh, that's weird.
But let's give this guy's name out, too.
Well, hold on. Yeah, we got to find this guy.
Yeah.
Gone this thing.
But she didn't give him any money, right?
Yeah, $6,200.
For anybody to
Delilah.
Sorry, but the thing is I had nobody else to turn to.
Delilah.
Or no advice, and then I tried to call attorneys, and they charged me $200.
Delilah, okay, I want to help you. I want to help you. I don't blame you for being upset. You have to take everything you own and be out of there in 2 days. How long were you? You moved in October 15th?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been there. You've been there now, and you're settled in, and now they tell you to get out. But 2 days is unreasonable. Who?
That's what I told him.
No,
and
I
she
want to
was
talk.
so
I don't
rude to
know.
me.
This doesn't even make good business sense. If they have a family in there that wants to rent the place, I want to talk to Invitation Homes. This is wrong.
Well,
I mean,
maybe they simply don't qualify. They should have, what is it usually, 3 times that income. Do you guys make $6,800
but if
a
they're
month?
already in, Mark, if they're already in
But
there.
they didn't ask me.
Hold on.
I asked them. I said, please, is there a way that you could work with me and we'll give you our
Delilah,
information?
I don't
even made a
understand why
police
they
report.
wouldn't. If their business is renting homes, why won't they work with you?
Exactly.
Okay. Now,
That's why I called you, because
now, did they explain
I just
to
don't know
you?
anymore.
Did they explain to you the person who took the money was a former tenant?
No, but we know that it was a former tenant because in the cupboard, we ended up finding some papers in this little shed, and it made sense now
What is
that
this
his
guy?
name was on.
What is his name?
Mark Wakefield.
Mark what?
Wakefield.
How do you spell that? W-A-K-E?
Yeah, Wake, W-A-K-E-F-I-E-L-D.
Wakefield. And does he have a cell number?
He does. I have a cell phone number for him. I can get it.
This guy's a scumbag, but that's the least of your problems. I want to talk, or Mark or someone. We have to talk to Invitation Homes. Listen, I understand that technically they don't have to do anything, but we have a family. We have the holidays coming.
Are they owed?
Invitation Homes.
Because, like,
Invitation Homes.
her name was Leah. Her name was Leah, who I talked to, and she was the director. Well, I was so, like, desperate. I kept looking on the internet for, like, a CEO or something.
Listen,
like, just somebody
here's the
just
bottom
to say,
line.
I'm a family.
Hold on.
Kids, why can't you write to me?
Just wait a second, Delilah. Mark, let's get all the background off this call, but here's the bottom line. Even if Invitation Homes is also a victim, and even if they're owed money by this old guy, this Wakefield, they're both victims. Why would they just be so unreasonable to Delilah if they're already in there and she's willing to at least pay something?
Well, I'll give you an example why. They might not own it. They might be representing a landlord that says this, and this needs to be done, or don't rent my house.
And they may be.
right.
They may think they're owed 3 months' rent.
You're right.
Guy
Yeah, but
behind with.
they know. Do they know that the old guy is gone?
Yeah, I told him that we've been in their home, and I'm sorry, but...
Do they know that,
Yeah,
or they might think this is a scam going on by you and the renter, Mark? Mark Wakefield. They might think you're in with him. They may think that this is a scam, but we don't even know that. We don't know what they're owed. We don't know anything. We have to talk to them. Invitation Homes. And as Mark said, okay, he brought something out. They might be representing actual home owners. So who owns the home? I'd like to get a legal done to find out who owns the home, but I'd like to call Invitation. Daphne, call Invitation Home. Do you understand what's going on? That the former tenant rented to them and left. I mean, he didn't have authority to rent it, but this is a family who's now victimized. So let's call.
Yeah, their property management. That's exactly what's going on.
Well, maybe we can talk to the property owner, but the owner probably saying, we don't give a damn. We want a deposit. We want rent. We want this. We want that. God almighty, this is terrible.
It is terrible, and and I understand they have rules, and I respect that. But I called them and I told them, look, this is what's happening. I made a police report. I could give it to you. I would go there
Delilah,
with you.
It doesn't matter. You're not talking to the owner of the property.
I'm on their website. Their full-blown qualifications are very strict, man. Income has to be 3 times. Credit score has to be over X. Criminal history has to be 0. And rental history has to have a high score, or else you don't go in. That's what they're saying.
Do you guys
very good check?
Do you guys have good credit?
No credit means bad credit, I guess. So we don't have great credit because we don't have no credit.
Okay.
I just don't understand. I know there's people out there. There is good people, but we're moved into their house. We're good people. I have 4 daughters. They go down. There's a high school that goes down the street, and I'm just scared because it's.
What a scumbag!
Where do we go?
What a scumbag!
They also need to make sure the employment's been a certain amount of time by actually pay stubs, W-2s.
Yeah. How long has your husband been employed?
At his job, 4 years.
Okay, what does he do?
He does an erosion.
Okay.
He does erosion. He's like a part owner with one of the guys that owns the company.
Oh, he's probably not W-2 then.
Do you work?
I do. I do part-time because I have my daughters, so I work part-time.
Listen, Delilah, you know, I know you're a victim here. You have to understand, though, Invitation Homes, they're managing this for an owner who's probably really pissed off because he probably is owed money from the previous tenant and now is told there's someone squatting in his home or her home. You
I know.
This is everybody's victimized. Everybody is victimized by Mark Wakefield. Hold on a sec.
This is Denver's talk station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon.
It still doesn't follow the rules. But let's get ICE to ICS. Well, let's have ICS try to look for this guy.
What's that?
ICS. Or
what's the difference going to be, though? He's a hoodwinker. Even if they find him, what's that going to do for this couple?
Maybe we get some money back from him.
She also paid for October, November, December. Maybe that's what
Hold on.
Well, that's why they're throwing him out, because they were 3 months rent. They've been in there for 3 months.
Hold on. Dan.
Tuesday with a high in the mid to upper 40s. Partly to mostly cloudy and 44 on Wednesday. And 47 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose.
But the point is, they've been in there for 3 months.
Doc, he's got to do a commercial.
Fights for victims of catastrophic injury, like baby Abigail, who suffered a severe brain injury when a labor and delivery unit misused a drug. Denver Trial Lawyers won a $70 million
You need to start doing their traffic spots.
And learn more at denvertriallawyers.com.
All right, Master Rooter, any issue you have with plumbing, whether it's just getting a toilet installed or maybe you have a leaky pipe, maybe it froze, it doesn't matter, all the way up to a sewer replacement. You realize their sewer replacement, they own their own excavation crews. It'll usually save you up to 50% off those other guys. They also do 24/7 emergency service. They give free estimates and no trip charge to anybody in Denver Metro. And listen to this part. Up to 10% discounts for single-income families, seniors, and military. Master Rooter Plumbing. Write the number down for when you need it. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406. Or like all the great companies we represent, referralist.com.
So here's it boiled down to essence. The company is saying, you were there for 3 months. We don't care if you paid this other guy. You owe us the 3 months rent.
She doesn't have any. I agree with you.
It's a month and a half, just let you know.
But the biggest problem she's going to have, even if she had the dough, there's no qualification.
But the point is, that's what the problem is. We don't care. You got screwed by this guy. You screwed us. You've been there for 3 months. We want the rent.
If I was the owner of that house, I'd be livid at that management company. I'd be threatening to sue the management company.
So here's also is how much do they? When was his lease actually done? Did he pay through the end of October?
He didn't pay anything. I'm sure he took the money from her.
No, to the management company. How do you pay to the end of the month? Where's his deposit? Did they keep his deposit? You know, there's more. There might be some money out there.
So why would you be pissed at the as far as the management company, if this guy was living there, right?
If they're back in your example 3 months and haven't got paid, I'd be very pissed at the management
where did you
company.
get 3 months?
I think what the doc was saying is that this couple, who did they pay rent to? Like, they went in October 15th.
They paid to Wakefield.
No, they paid.
She paid him $6,200
up front
$6,200
for a deposit, and she said for the first and last month's rent. That still means she would have to pay for fucking December or November. Did she pay for Let's see. If she moved in October 15th, it could be that what was triggered is her failure to pay the rent. She didn't know who to pay to.
She thought the lease was done.
Or she thought she paid.
Did she think she paid it forever?
You know what?
No.
Okay, where was she going to pay additional rent? Where?
We got these.
That's the point I'm fucking making.
No, but you're bringing up a whole nother thing. You're absolutely right. There is no way her and her husband, though, didn't realize, hey, there's no lease, we don't know where to pay. They were in on it.
No.
Well, they're just
I think they
or
were
so naive that
They're that dumb where there's no lease. Oh, here, move into my house. Give me $6,400 in cash. See you later.
Would they move in? They were looking so desperately from a hotel with 4 kids. I doubt they put themselves in this position in a fucking house. I don't think they would.
She said she signed
I don't
something
even
that
I don't want to bring that up.
maybe they thought it was a sublease.
I'll go look. I mean,
It's not a point of bringing it up. I'm just saying
No,
that
what I mean is-
they must have known something was a little squirrely.
You're right. I mean, everything is so fucking sketchy. That's what I want to ask. Where were you supposed to pay your rent? Where was that going to go?
That's a
Yeah, was the guy going to show up? Seriously.
By the way, this is a terrible health. I mean, really, we had no time for anything today. Who fucking thought we could stack all of this in one show? There's no way. I mean,
Well, John wanted it today because of the
you know
7th.
what? Guess what?
No, it's because of the 7th. You're asking why. That's the only reason why. He emailed over the weekend.
2 months.
We'll mention it again.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Do it tomorrow.
I can't.
Yeah, he'll be fine. That's still before the 7th.
Right.
His big deal was the 7th. I told Suzanne, let's get them booked quick as possible. And because they weren't coming in studio,
This is for Integra.
Tom, I think.
yeah, Medicaid and
there's a whole
Medicare,
bunch of different questions.
you got to choose by the 7th for whatever reason.
With this thing, like Mark said, what are they going to pay? They thought they paid 2 months rent.
But no one pays it.
Right.
Whenever you
And
pay an advance rent, it's usually for what they call the last month.
Right.
And the deposit. So that takes up some of it. But what I don't
My point is they knew something was a little sketcy.
Because you didn't sign
I think
anything.
they were so fucking desperate.
Okay, I'd agree with that.
But you still should have something to sign. They didn't sign anything.
How you can do that without signing something is incredible.
And then how did they pay them?
Well, they probably knew they can't qualify
How can you
anywhere.
fucking say that? You know, how many times people are fucking stupid.
We literally today had the lady, what was it, $10,000 to the IRS or whatever.
Here's what she did.
Oh, that's right. Because the mother and the grandkid were calling.
I'm trying to come up with a 62. What was this?
You probably pay first and last, and then like
Or
1400.
right. So maybe it's first, last, and then a deposit.
But do me a favor, just until I get the basics right now, I need to talk to her.
Right.
I need to talk to her to get the fucking basics.
Right,
Because
exactly.
so far,
There's so many questions.
Just bombarding the shit out of her.
There's
No,
a
you're
lot of
right.
questions.
Yeah, dig it out, dig it out.
How the fuck it works.
Don't keep your mouth shut.
I'll try.
Okay, guys, this is a confusing story, but it's tragic. It's the holidays,
And I just need to ask a few questions, and I'm going to try to help. But Delilah says she paid a former tenant. She thought he owned the place $6,200. He took off. Now the real owners want her the hell out of the house in 2 days. She has a husband and 4 kids. She's desperate. Now, Delilah, very quickly, I don't understand, and I don't want any stories. I just need to get some basics. What was the $6,200? It doesn't make sense. $6,200. You paid a deposit of how much?
So what we did is he said that since we didn't have good credit,
Okay.
we told him that.
I don't even need complete. I don't even need complete.
Deposit.
Delilah.
So we gave him a.
Delilah, hold on. Was the entire $6,200 all a security deposit?
Part of it was rent, and yes, the other was
Delilah.
security
That's why.
deposit.
Okay. How much was for the deposit? No sentences even. How much?
$4,800.
$4,800 was a security deposit.
Yes.
$4,800 for a security deposit. Okay. Then.
Yes.
Okay. And that he needed $4,800 for a security deposit. Okay. So we have $6,200, and you paid $4,800 for a security deposit. That left a balance. So what was the balance for of $1,400?
So the $1,400, he said he would prorate it, and that was the prorated rent for us to move in for the rest of the time, plus a dog fee.
Hold on. So $4,800 was a deposit, and $1,400 was for the rest of October's rent.
Yes, and then part of it, he said, we'll call it good, and we'll do the rest for the dog deposit.
Hold on. All right. Hold on. Here's all I want to know. You paid $4,800 for a deposit, and the $1,400 left was for a dog deposit and half a month for October.
Yeah, and he said he would call it good. Plus, I have a deposit slip into his bank for an extra $3,000.
Hold on.
And that was going to be for November.
Wait, you...
And I have the receipts.
So you gave more than $6,200. You're saying an extra $3,000 on top of that?
Yes, in his bank account. Yes.
Well, what? I don't give a damn where it went. So you actually paid $9,200.
Yeah, that was just all for the security deposit. We handed him cash, and he was happy about it. And then he said the $3,000 I could just deposit in his account.
Delilah, I don't know why this is so hard. I need to know. Every time I tell you it changes. You originally said you paid the guy $6,200. Now you're telling me you paid $9,200.
Yes, but that was to his account and then cash in hand. Sorry, so that's my fault.
But what difference does that make? You paid him $9,200, right? I mean, you can't get the $3,000 back, right?
Well, we're not going to get any of it back.
Okay, so how did you not mention the extra $3,000 you paid? How did you not even mention that?
I don't know. I guess I was in a hurry, and I just
that extra. There's a reason I was asking. So the extra $3,000 you paid to him was for November's rent.
Yes.
And your rent was $2,400 a month, though, right?
Yeah. And we gave him an extra $600 just to be on top of things, like to get ahead of ourselves. You got to remember, we were looking for this house for 5 months.
This did not seem the least bit strange to you at all. You got nothing in writing. You got no receipts. You paid him a $4,800.
No, I have receipts.
All right.
I have receipts, and I have his account number, and I have all that stuff. I also do that to the police. So yes, I do have receipts.
Wait, you have an account number right now?
For this guy, yes. I went to Bank of America and deposited the money in his account.
Do you also have a routing number? So you have a routing number and you have an account number?
No. I only have an account number because in order for you to go deposit money to a bank, you have to have their account number, but routing number is a little too personal. So we don't have a routing number.
No, it's just the opposite. It's just the opposite, Delilah. You can get a routing number to any bank by just knowing where the bank is. You know where his bank is?
Yeah, I went there. It's Bank of America, and I went and deposited the money, me and my husband and my kids.
Okay. $9,200. $9,200. And $3,000.
I also have messages from him.
Huh?
I have messages from him telling me, thank you. Hi, Delilah. Thank you for the deposit. And I have messages. I have everything from him before he disconnected his number or whatever he did.
Is his number now disconnected?
He doesn't answer, so I'm not sure if it's disconnected.
This could be an entire total scam where he never even lived there. He's doing this to multiple houses. Who knows?
How do you know oh, no, she found paperwork in the house that he lived there.
Told me that he was the former tenant. It was like a 1-800 number, which I don't think they were supposed to tell me, but it was like a call center before I got transferred to actually Invitation Homes, and they were like, "Oh, so you're not? Are you any relationship to Mark Wakefield?" And I said no.
So where were you going to pay? Where were you going to pay December's rent?
To his account.
You were going to deposit it. So you haven't yet deposited for December.
No, not yet for December, because we found this out on the 24th.
It's going to take them at least 30 days to get them out of there, though.
You know, you can't leave in a couple days, Delilah. You can't. You got to refuse because really there's not much more. Listen, there's not much more they can do to you. Do you have money to pay for December?
Yes.
All right. God,
that's what I was trying to tell them. I was trying
poor family. God
but I was
Almighty.
just trying to tell them, why can't you just rent to me? I'm already in here.
Here's why. Here's why. Because you owe them for the last. I mean, they probably did not get October's rent, November's rent, and now December. Plus, he probably owed money from before. This guy was. I got to take a break.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by...
I mean, they have no idea.
Does she know when the lease... Here's the other thing. When was his lease?
If there's two...
Hey, Mark, how about if we get his
Now,
number?
if they want to hang on, there's a possibility.
Well, we can look it up.
That'd be pretty
we
good.
Need to get, where this address
We
is
should
also.
call and say, hey, we heard you had some places for rent.
Yeah.
See what he
No,
says.
he may not just answer her number, but if we call from a...
I didn't understand the 800 number part either.
So that's for that.
Invitation Homes.
Yeah, but why did she call Invitation Homes?
They must have contacted her. I would say.
That was on the eviction notice.
So I'm looking at Mark H. Wakefield. We need to know how old he is, roughly.
Well, we just got to show him a picture.
Well, so, or like say, so here's a...
She might have never seen him.
Let's just get his number. I'll call him.
You should ask.
This is terrible.
Does
Yeah,
he even know what it
call
looks
him on
like?
the down low, like you're looking for a place.
Yeah.
Go in there and ask Daft to get her phone, his phone.
Roofs by Johnson. It'll give you a completely different perspective on roofs. Roofsbyjohnson.com. It's a hail-proof roof with a lifetime warranty. It's virtually indestructible. There's a video I want you to see. And when you look at the video, roofsbyjohnson.com, it'll sell you on this roof. It's eco-friendly too. You know, a typical size house recycles up to 1,000 old tires. But doesn't look like old tires. It's extremely durable and beautiful, installed by the experts at Johnson Construction. Look at the video, roofsbyjohnson.com, and you'll have a lifetime roof with a variety of colors and styles. It even has insulating qualities and soundproofing qualities. Roofsbyjohnson.com. 303-719-ROOF. 303-719-ROOF. I normally don't. This show got away from me. I normally don't do that.
No, this is good.
I know, but I can.
This hour fucking flew, man.
I can just juggle things.
I love this call. This call is like a Scooby-Doo mystery, man. This woman, we have no idea if she was in on it. We know nothing.
If you can help this lady out, I don't mind.
No. I'll plug the shit out of your sales.
Oh yeah, I've had you saw I've been giving that shit out left and right.
Yeah. Well, and just
he kept trying this particular one. If you read on in that, he kept trying to put in KHOW, and it wouldn't give him a discount. I told him no, nothing's needed if you pick the right products, right?
The one that says sale on it, right?
Yeah.
But
if you really want to just light it up and go crazy, give everything away for free for the next week.
Yeah.
You know what?
No limit.
Mark, we actually did that.
Did you really?
Did you really?
Yeah, so we did a promotion on one particular product on Reddit, and we said we'll give away sample packs for free.
Did you pay with shipping?
We paid for everything.
100% free. So how'd it go?
No, it actually.
Reddit's fucking crazy. It's the college kids; they're all over that.
My kids are on Reddit. They love it.
So we activated on Thursday. Friday we had about 100 people. We set the limit at 500. So the first 500. I'm out to lunch on Saturday.
Boom.
Yeah, we were at.
It has to. It's weird. It's that little bit of traction, then.
Yeah. So and so the promotion here is really just to get people trying the stuff.
I sent out a video on our Facebook of a Ford truck going down the road.
Yeah, we got to get her TV coverage.
10 million. 10 million by Monday.
Wow.
I was freaked the fuck out. He was gone for the week.
Yeah.
I was so freaked out because I had fucking very big people, I will say, calling me going, what the fuck? Those are some of the largest advertisers in the country.
What happened?
Hagert's boss called me up when that Ford video went fucking crazy a year and a half ago. He had the fucking board members of Ford calling him.
Wow.
Oh man.
Dude, it was like I'd never seen it. So we're sitting in the hot tub. I send the video up after the show, which was 1 o'clock at that thing.
This guy took a video of him driving. That's all.
That's it. It was so simplistic. It was mind blowing. Yeah. I put it up around 1:30. We go down into our hot tub, and my phone goes ding because my Facebook notification's on. Ding, 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 ding. Next thing you know, it was climbing 100,000 about every 8 minutes.
You sure that wasn't you in the hot tub that they were looking at?
It's crazy how when things go viral.
I think it was him in the hot tub. Him and Suzanne.
10 million. I've never heard of any.
That's awesome.
We tried everything, him and I. to kind of duplicate it. We're like, it's so simplistic, maybe that's what did it. Till this day, I still don't know why it fucking went so apeshit.
Well, it was very, it shook.
Oh my God, it was crazy.
Descriptive.
And it looked real. In other words, it didn't look hokey pokey because it wasn't.
And people have heard about it too.
Thank you.
You're so good looking.
But imagine if you could get your a product banner on that. 10 million people.
Okay, just repost the Ford thing. Have Panacea Life on there.
So is this happening to you? Panacea Life will take care of it.
There you go.
Are you stressed out about your Ford truck?
You could say shaken before Panacea, then just smooth after Panacea.
Smooth sailing.
And, it even takes care of the death wobble.
There you go.
Shit. And that one didn't go as well as the secondary one I did.
Is this me? Just yes? Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713
Talk. Okay, listen. Bringing Delilah right up again. Delilah?
Yeah.
All right. I want to tell everyone what's happening. We're going to help you, and we're going to continue this tomorrow, and we're going to talk to you off the air today. For everyone listening, Delilah, her husband, this is what we know so far. We're going to verify everything. Delilah, her husband, and 4 kids moved into this house. The guy that rented it to him was a former tenant. He didn't even have authority to rent it. He obviously owed money and was on his way out. Who knows? He took almost $10,000 from her. Like $9,200 from her for rent and deposits, and then gone. The real owner of the house and the management company, Invitation Homes, and anyone and everyone call Invitation Homes and say, please resolve this problem with KHOW Radio, that's our flagship, and the Tom Martino Show. I know you might be listening from all over. This family is now told to get out in 2 days. They've spent $9,200 getting in this home. They have to be out in 2 days, and these people won't even consider renting to them, she said. They're probably owed a lot of money. Delilah.
Yes.
Make sure we have all your contact information. Do not hang up until we get it. This is
Thank
a terrible...
you, Tom, and thanks. And
well, we're going to
like I said, I didn't want anybody to feel sorry. I just wanted help. Like
we're
going
to listen. We're going to try like crazy to help you.
Have you ever heard the financial advice of buy and hold? You probably have, but they can teach you so much more at Online Trading Academy. Hi, it's Dave Logan, and Online Trading Academy is the